Hello, do you hear me now? 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 Yes or no? Do you hear me? Yes. Okay. What up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about this Chaos Cup that happened a few days ago. We got invited to London. It was like in a actual gaming cafe. The New Meta Gaming Arena in London was the location. What's happening? I'm new to the channel. What's up? Yeah, so obviously because I went to that, then I haven't been streaming the last few days. So whilst this countdown timer starts, let's wait for everyone to come in and say hi. And then I'm going to react to this and explain how things actually were. It was crazy. How's everyone doing? Barkin Spider, Crouton, Junior Pierre, Hans, Magnus, what's up? X-Boy, Buddy 22, Jake Singleton. Though this is it's over now. It was the other day. I'm just reacting to the VOD. Hi Marchinachi, what's up? What's up? Customs later. Not today, but in the future, I'm sure. I can hear now. Nice. I can hear clearly now. Something. What's up from Kenya? What's up? Kenyan Senpai. Renak, what's up, dude? What's up? David Woman, how's it going, man? Okay, so basically, this was a cup they had, and how it works was there was 2 creators per team, and 4 sort of fans who got invited. And it was a team deathmatch tournament. So every team had 6 players on it. That Punch Kid and Simply Ashton was there, and they were on the same team. And it was a shame, man. I would love to have played alongside them. But yeah, basically how it worked was it was a TDM match, TDM tournament, and every game there was like a weird rule where halfway through the match you could go to the other team's PC, sit down, and like do anything you can think of to kind of like mess with them. Now, there wasn't any specific rules on what you could and couldn't do, so it all started really nice. It all started really kind and friendly, you know, like everyone was changing people's sensitivity in the game. Oh god, turning off aim assist. Oh no. Haha. That would be funny, wouldn't it? But after a few rounds, things escalated. People were going into Windows and changing so much more. Hey Punch, what's up, man? No rules, it was ridiculous. And basically what ended up happening was, yeah, people were like turning people's screens upside down, locking people out of the desktop, making their mouse click the opposite way. And if you're not like super smart with Windows, it was so hard, man. So we're gonna react to it, this tournament, and just to show you exactly what went down. It was ridiculous, and I want to share some context so that maybe you don't get to see in the stream. It was crazy. So yeah, we're gonna I just want to react to it and share my thoughts, because when I was actually live at the event, I couldn't really talk with everyone too much. I don't know if you tuned into my actual stream, but it was a hard one. It was a hard one. Limit them to 30 FPS. That would have been a good idea, actually. So anyway, let's have a look at how the thing ran down. Here we go.
Chaos, everyone. Chaos. Every time he screams it, I think I'll be off my seat. One more time. Maybe there can be a counter for every time on set says chaos today. But
yes, bloody yes. I mean, everyone got trolled by everyone, to be honest.
Going on at the start of the show with the opener there, but there is going to be 4 different teams to begin with. They're all going to be competing against one another in team deathmatch.
So basically, yeah, it was a TDM mode, and we had like a the first round was just you played every single team once, essentially, and with there being 4 teams, that was 3 games each, and then whoever had the most wins and kills would then go to the championship round. Honestly, I played. It wasn't good. We did not play well, but it was so hard to play well because it was just a mess, man, and you'll see later. But yeah, it was a very unique idea.
Determine on set who is going to be finishing first, second, third, and of course last place.
Hey Zarek,
Fourth place.
welcome to the stream.
Not last place. Fourth place. Just off of the podium is what we're going to be saying. If you're wondering how it's going to work, TDM scoring. We're going to be playing some team deathmatch today.
Yeah, honestly, we don't need to worry about this too much. It was pretty straightforward. Like, it's just a TDM round robin to begin with. Everyone plays each other once, and then it just goes straight to the tournament. But it starts every single game. They would spin this wheel, and that would determine what would happen, what chaos would ensue. Because it wasn't just a normal TDM match. If I could load with a 7 months, thank you, my friend. Appreciate that.
You better believe we'll be jumping out of our seats or out of our stalls. But this is the moment that everybody has been waiting for. This is Dan's biggest responsibility ever on the broadcast. Normally, we just have to talk and get excited about amazing stuff that happens in Apex Legends. Well,
They were so funny,
dude.
They were so funny.
Labor to take care of because he has the Wheel of Fortune.
I've been practicing, actually, all morning, all day. I've been making sure that my spin gets correct, and I've given that a good whirl, I would say, as we're now going to get to four, which will mean we'll be competing on Zeus Station for our first map today, but it also means when we get to the peripheral change...
So there was another rule. So besides going to other people's PCs and switching things up, right, there was a rule where essentially you would have to change input halfway through the match. But it was kind of like... In a way, it kept landing on the controller thing. So everyone had to switch to controller, but all the controller gods having to switch to controller would just mean it didn't matter. Simply Ashton was there. He was beaming on controller. I know Black Boy, he was really good on controller. So there were some really good controller demons, which made it really hard. And honestly, they did well when they had to switch to keyboard and mouse anyway. So there was a lot of like talent there, not gonna lie. But it was a interesting experience. This switching input thing was fine. Work is taking up most of my life now. But finally no more food banks. Yeah, David, I'm so happy to hear, man, that you've been, well, you know, work is work. It is a shame, but at least you got there, man. Really happy to hear that at least you're got that job, you know. Really awesome.
It's chaos.
Ashton messaged you on your settings. To be honest, Ashton did mess with my settings, but that was not even a big deal. Kadriel was the one I think that messed up everything. Like, he knows like some crazy Windows hacks.
Normally we just
All
have
right.
to talk.
Okay, hang on.
Get excited about amazing
Let's
stuff
watch.
that happens
Let's watch.
Stormpoint POI action, which is always a good place to.
I was going to say, you know Zeus Station very well.
I do. I like the big balloon.
Is the audio okay?
Me smile.
Were the viewers who played with you? They were just people that were like selected from like a form that they entered. Bunch of everyone is super friendly.
I want to slowly get better.
All that goes through my head is how fast does this thing go?
I was delicate with it, but
all right, anyway, hang on.
To do, and also giving me sort of this weird kind of Inception vibe.
Yeah, kind of man watching other man. It's just got to that point, isn't it? Is it a dream within a dream?
It could be. It's chaos, Dan. That's one thing we can confirm, it's chaos.
He did come and introduce himself earlier. It was a pleasure to meet him. What a handsome young man he is. And we mentioned it, you know, he competed in a community cup that we had online just months ago and was able to really dominate the competition and show what he was made of.
I was going to say as well, he was talking about the switch, because he's a controller player, and he was saying, when I have to switch to mouse and keyboard, I'm extremely worried because I haven't used mouse and keyboard before. And then I said, how did you turn your PC on? How did he? And he went with a mouse and keyboard, and it felt like a penny had dropped. He was like, wait a minute, maybe I am a master of the mouse and keyboard.
He did
so funny.
Know it yet. He's written
Wish me and Rhett could help you. Yeah, it was a shame it was UK only. I hope they do like a more global one. That'd be cool.
It's basically the same, isn't it? WASD.
Oh, I worried what the website that you search. Let's leave that one there.
How to play Apex Legends on mouse and keyboard.
That might be a very good search, actually. But I would say, arguably, it is... Okay, let's start some controversial discussion.
Ooh,
what better way to start a broadcast than a conversation about mouse and keyboard versus controller? I think if you have never used a controller before, right, it is more difficult for the first time to use a controller than it is to use a mouse and keyboard, because you have some sort of experience in using a mouse and keyboard.
I don't know.
Whether it's, like you say, Google searches.
You can use your whole arm as well with mouse. Only your thumbs when using controllers, but we're into it then. The Chaos Cup is officially...
So, yeah, there was a few teams, right? This first team was... The first two teams, Let 'em Cook and Messy Nessies. Our team was called Skibbities. We could not think of a name, and I can't remember who suggested that, but that was the name we went for. I thought it would be fun if I could skibbity step on someone, but I didn't really play Octane in the end, I don't think. I think I almost played a lot of Rampart, Watson.
Not played Team Deathmatch in Apex, it's like Team Deathmatch in any other game. It is the first to 50 is a point for every single kill, and at the moment, it's 3-1.
I was going to say, if you had played
3-1.
Team Deathmatch in another game...
Yeah, it's a straight up TDM game. Like, it was fun. Like, half the match was just straight up TDM. Everything pretty normal. It feels a little bit crazier than a normal TDM game because everyone's trying really hard. Everyone's, like, playing their lives as hard as they can, trying to stay alive. As soon as they take a bit of damage, they'll run away and heal up. That was really interesting. Very different to a normal TDM match. Not gonna lie. I was wondering, when you switch computers with your opponents, was everyone fumbling around trying to sabotage the right PC? Well, everyone just kind of quickly went to like one PC each, so it's pretty quick and straightforward. And yes, I did. I had to. We had to sabotage other people's PCs, you know? And it was a really, like, you'll see as it goes on today and I explain it, but it started off really just messing with people's settings in the games, and it just kept escalating until people's screens were upside down and all sorts. How is it for you to take to controller? So it's really funny. Whenever we had to switch to controller, I ended up doing better on controller than I was on keyboard and mouse. I was doing better on controller, honestly. You know, those 30 days really helped. But I think it's safe to say that the main reason... Controller is perfect for mixtape, perfect for TDM, where you don't have to think about looting or rotating, you just shoot people up close. That's where the controller is strongest, man. Yeah, beat Tiger 21, it really did. I picked up a controller and then just... suddenly just got tons of kills. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy game. Yeah, but a controller wasn't hard for me. But the thing that made it hard, man, was just that everybody was like... Everybody was sort of messing. Like, you'll see as it goes on in this. Everyone started to just do some crazy stuff in Windows. I had to spend so long just trying to figure out how to, like, reset my screen and reset my mouse and clicking the wrong buttons. It's very weird.
Coming off a bit too much as far as kills, but I'm hearing in my ears, Dan, that chaos is happening. Chaos is happening. Where is the chaos happening?
First chaos.
Okay, we are ready for chaos. It is time. I'm gonna count everybody down. So it's 3, 2, 1. Now we go.
So they had they had lights.
Well, there is the chaos signal.
They had lights to begin with to kind of signify that, like, something was meant to happen. But everyone's focused on their game, so they can't see the lights. So eventually, people just the organizers just had to shout out what we needed to do.
You're nearly just threw a right hook as he got taken down. But please explain, Dan, the element of chaos that's coming in. This is the change of controller to mouse and key, or the other way around.
So anyone who was competing on mouse and keyboard now has to play on controller. So we might see a few questionable POVs here already. Actually, I'm seeing someone maybe with a few struggles here. And this is what you said. If it's one of your first times of using a controller, can you
Was it
actually
99? No.
and make the difference?
Was I temping this? No, unfortunately not.
So
would have been nice.
It really isn't
No item, no rank tag. Would have been nice to
Do we
see.
have any hybrid gamers? Oh, hybrid gamers is what we're looking for right now. Someone who is just as good on both. Weavsky might be one of them. Pretty good.
Still
shots
on mouse
coming
and
in.
keyboard at the moment.
Seconds now left of the chaos before we go
Happy
back to our
time.
regular scheduled peripherals. As we see Brown Sugar Tea put in some shots. With that R301 doing some good damage. Another player going to be challenging, and now we're seeing Messi Nessi's regain the lead for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, it was chill to begin with. It was good to begin with, but it got crazy later on.
Dominance that they would have expected maybe at the start of the game. They've been always on the back foot. And it doesn't seem like the change to controller has
Truce. There was Sebastian and Punch Kid though. It's cool.
For the chaotic element. And then they get to switch back to their more favored one in not so long.
We must be pretty close to the switch coming back in. It looks like that might have happened. So everyone is now, or should be, back as long as they've got the clear communication. They should be back on their standard peripheral. The chaos is officially over now.
Chaos!
Hear it in my ears.
Chaos.
Chaos counter is definitely winning at the moment. 33 kills to 29.
Sorry, my mic is like a little bit too far away. There we go. How's the audio? Is it okay, guys?
The Alta Q up to height. One thing I would say about playing Alta, yeah, it was really good.
Love this creative event, so much more relatable. Oh, that's cool.
Getting in and getting out.
Ashton should have been on your team. If it was me, Ashton, and Punch Kid, it would be. I feel like the teams were already quite unbalanced, but that would have been too far. It would have been nice though. I would have loved that. Yeah. Audio's good. Okay.
Yeah, you're not really going to see her ultimate come into play, so there are probably, well, there are definitely other legends you could be using for their ultimate abilities. But we have more chaos that's going to happen. Hannah, what's going on upstairs?
Okay, it is time for our next and my personal favorite type of chaos. It is time for the enemies to lovers switch. Everyone will change places.
This is where things started, man. This is only the first game, so everything was pretty chill. At this point, everyone was just changing people's settings in game. So, yeah. Basically, just pay attention to what people were doing in this first game. Very nice.
3, 2, 1, go. Start the process.
Everyone has to go and swap PC. And look.
It's like a weird combination of the Beastie Boys
mixed with the Mad Hatter.
And the Mad Hatters. Yeah, it's something that is going to cause problems. It's good.
That's me.
I'll give you one guess. What? Chaos. Chaos.
At the beginning, this is the only thing people are doing. Just nading themselves. It's so simple. They're just nading themselves. It gets so much crazier, man. It gets real crazy.
More in your favor when you get back to your own console or PC.
No, they're just running around shooting each other, doing nothing for fun.
They can't team kill with the guns, but maybe, just maybe, a little bit of a nade with the armors.
Oh, they're so low, they couldn't do it.
Look at the content creators, Sweet Anita and Black Boy, dropping the armors, trying to find some nades.
I mean, Wardy just
it's so funny, man. This is how things started. Compare this now to the end match. Things go just things spiral out of control.
Because your score is not negated in any way. So instead, how can you position yourself for when you get back? Are you going to put yourself in front of your own actual computer screen that you're going to see later on? Do you hide somewhere on the map so it takes them a while to get back into the fight? Do you change their guns? Do you change their keybinds? Change the keybinds. That's the best way to do it.
Whoa. That is chaos. Well, the chaos is over. We're back, and we'll see the players get back into the fight in a few seconds.
Oh man, that was a nice, relaxing start.
Formula One or other races, whatever they might be. The quicker you can get back to your seats, the more of an advantage you're going to have. Formula 2, there you go. You were laughing because you thought I didn't have enough.
When everyone goes back to their places, their PCs are completely fine. Their settings haven't been messed with. Everything's so nice and friendly.
The chaos ensued, but now there is.
But it gets crazier, man. It's crazier.
Make it 43 to the Messy Nessies. Only 7 kills required now for both.
Very close match, though.
We're closing into the danger zone here. This is where you don't want to be giving away too many kills.
Well, the hip fire is pretty good here. Surely the kill will come in. Cage will fall. And now 47 to
It took a sinister turn soon after, yeah.
They take the lead at the most important part of it.
Yeah, this is where you want to be.
Any ranked the pub today? We'll do that tomorrow. Actually, I might have something else tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow, but we'll see.
Suddenly 48 to 47.
Oh, big fight, big 1v1 going down on height. It's going to be one, a little bit of team help comes in. 48 to 48 then. 2 kills.
That's the first match.
There's a kill. It's beautiful to give them the lead. Messy Nessie just need one.
One more kill required, and it could be right here as they will manage to achieve it. And
so Messy Nessies take that first game, all right, and then this is the scoreboard from the first game. Very close match, of course, but it just gets crazier after
They
this.
get one win on the board and just do a
the chaos.
I think this might be the start of where things start to go downhill. Things start to go more chaotic. I just want to show you this, all right? We'll just see how it goes
It's
here.
going to be round robin, so everyone gets to play each other, and then once we find out who our top 2 are, who our bottom 3 and 4 are, we will then get essentially a third place playoff, and then we will get our championship match to see who is going to be the winners of the Chaos Cup. But it is the Messy Nessies who lead the way in a 50-49 to kick us off.
I mean, what better way?
What more could you ask?
What else? We had chaos. We had seat switching, which I've learned, by the way, I find very difficult to say. And what else is difficult is something that I'm not allowed near, and only one man inside this venue can touch. Now, his name is Daniel Gaskin, esports color commentator of the year, 2023.
Yeah,
2023. Dan, take it away.
I've given it more pace there. Again, gentle, delicate, don't want to break it, but it has got a bit more momentum, which means we have to wait longer.
Make notes, everyone. Because you never know when you might be in a position where you've got to spin a wheel.
And it is going to be 5, so that puts us on to the Thunderdome. Okay, Thunderdome is where it's going to be where we head. And I mean, Thunderdome being introduced to the map pool was always good when we saw it added into TDM.
So I think this was the game that I was in, and oh my god, it's so unbalanced, Thunderdome. Whoever takes height on this map just ends up winning. Oh, this punch with his rat. So
big
cool.
Expectations, I think, from me about
all
what's
right,
going to
here we go.
Shoulder, young man. Well, it looks like we're ready for the next game.
Here we
Everybody,
go.
we are indeed. It's Thunderdome, so
Yeah.
the extreme height of this map is going to be.
This is where things start to get chaotic, man. Game 2.
Essentially, like 2 rams headbutting each other.
Yeah,
at the start of this
yeah,
game. You
that's
see both
exactly
players,
it.
Either side of the big skull in the middle.
Now I'm trying to talk to my team and explain like the plan, the strat, and then everything just went bad, man. As soon as they took height, we lost the game, honestly.
About trying to retrieve that high ground from them.
I wonder if that was an aggressive, offensive Horizon Q or a defensive one. I mean, that's such a good strategy, right? If you're contesting at the top here and you're trying to get that high ground, you throw a Q down, a grab lift, and you force them all off that high ground, that could be a big play. Complete control of the high ground is going to be yours.
Well, it's a 4-1 lead, so Ratjam win that initial...
Yeah, as soon as they had height, it was so hard. We were screwed.
Headbuttists.
And now they can just kind of dictate.
There's me
the pace
chatting
of how
away,
this
trying to
one is
tell
gonna
the
go.
team,
Do you try
we need to
get
go and
aggressive?
take this
Do you try and catch
bridge.
people off spawn? Do you start to push into these different areas, or do you encourage them to join you at the top of the skull?
A couple of grenades going up. And there's your boy, Simply Ashton. He is one of the players who's up on that height. And it's interesting to see, right? We're not seeing this kind of throwing of bodies to try and take back map control. It's 4-1. It's been that score for quite some time. I wonder if there's going to be a little bit of legend selection going in off the respawn.
Yeah, I was trying to get everyone to meet together so we could push together on the bridge, but it just didn't work.
Coming in from the fuses that we're seeing, but Dan, I'm hearing in my ear, that it's time for chaos.
All right, perfect, guys. It is time, once again, early game this time, to do our switch. So
And this is where it went terrible. Look at what Simply Ashton does, man. Look at what he does. Look at him. Look at his menacing. Look at his menacing grin. Just wait. It's ready to ruin everything.
Chaos. It's chaos. Absolute bedlam. So now we get to see.
It's a beam.
They're moving over to mouse and keyboard. We're going to see who sent the most emails in this lobby. That's what we're going to see.
Yeah,
Oh, they're on M&K now.
Of course, those who are already on mouse and keyboard were more than happy to just keep going amidst the chaos. But those who do have a controller are now going to be... Well, do you change legends when you're suddenly on mouse and keyboard? Do you switch to something like...
I didn't even realize that this happened at the time. If I knew... I'll be honest. At this moment, I did not know that they'd switched to mouse and keyboard. If I knew, I would have played it differently. I thought... Yeah. I had no idea.
What content creators have agents? Because if they've got an agent, they're probably not sending the emails themselves. You know what I mean? Whereas if they are, and they're switching from controller to mouse and key, maybe they're going to be, you know, those email. They call them emails in the bank.
Do they?
No.
Who's they?
But they do now.
You can see a few people. There's a lot less gunfire now we're on mouse and keyboard. I think there's people who are reluctant to push, waiting for the chaos to end before they then get back
Oh
on their
yeah, I
preferred
remember.
device, which is the
I
controller
remember. So my team was had no experience on controller at all. So whenever we got a controller switch, we just had to stay and wait because they just didn't know. So we had to do it.
lobby. And then they'll start to get on the push to the skull. 11-3. This is a more slow-paced game than what we saw at Zoo Station, but I think the map also is going to play a big part of that. You see the damage coming out now. Hemlock in R9. I'm a big fan of that combo.
I was going to say, this looks like someone who is very comfortable on the mouse and keyboard. Whoop. Some good shots coming in, 13-6. So the score only going one way here for Rat Jam, and it's the right way if you're a Rat Jam fan. Which is now officially what a Rat
Punch attend the event? Yes.
A Rat Jam fan. The Rat Jam fans.
I did see a rat on a
So we took this first game as well. We took Bloodhound Bangalore. So I thought this bank smoke is going to help the controller, like counter the controller players, but it didn't work, man.
Get as much grenades up if possible, so then you can push with the rest of the team.
Look, he's actually playing with the glasses.
13-7, only 6, make it 5.
Oh, it's
It seems like the
hilarious.
switch to mouse and keyboard has benefited the Skibbities.
Couple of smokes coming in. L-Star hit fire is going to be pretty good as well. I will say,
Yeah.
this looks like an MK. I'm just saying, it looks like an MK heavy lobby.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I mean, it's like, to be honest, we were clawing it back at this moment. We were clawing it back. As soon as we went to mouse and keyboard, we were clawing it back. And then things went downhill.
everyone's hitting their shots.
Very
It's a
downhill.
little bit different when we moved over to controller in the previous game, and some people didn't really know how to move. Everyone looks like they are more than happy with this being
That's a mouse and
chaotic
keyboard
element.
player.
Yeah.
That's one thing I put. I put a good amount of.
We really tried to push that, man, but it was so hard.
They are now officially allowed to swap back to their preferred device, so anyone who was struggling on mouse and keyboard can now play on controller once more. But we can really see that there's plenty of people here that... Oh no, here we go. There's an official switch that we just saw on our screens. And it was the man with the rat, the man with the plan, the Rat Jam.
Who's playing? Is it the Rat?
Is it like...
We can't see the tail. We don't have the answers to that. One thing we do have answers though is the height of eye fashion. As you can see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Those are child's sunglasses.
Yes.
I presume.
Do they help? Is the real question with your ability to play Apex Legends.
Hilarious,
It
man.
seems like the Skibbities are losing their lead, so I really think that Rat Jam had more controller players.
Yeah.
Were struggling with the switch, whereas the Skibbities are going to be more than happy when they do get sent switch. Now remember, we still have the other Chaos element that will come into play a little bit later on, where they have to switch seats. Will they have learned anything from Cadril about how...
Let's look at the score now, right? It's you know, it's not super... Yeah, it's not super neck and neck, but it's pretty close. 12-19, 13-19. But as soon as this switch happens, man, I mean, when they switch PCs, I get messed up. For the entire game, I get messed up. And the craziest thing I just want to talk about, at one point, somebody put my game into borderless windowed. And for like so many matches, I didn't realize, and my game was lagging so bad, and I just didn't clock on to the fact that someone put my game in borderless windows. And for that whole, like literally for almost the entirety of the tournament, I was lagging crazily, man. I could hardly play because I just thought, all right, this is the PC I've got. I'm gonna have to just deal with it. But no, someone put me into windowed mode, and it messed me up. It's crazy.
A little bit more hit fire coming in. Unfortunately for him, he just didn't have the shields to really reach out that, but he have an option.
It was smart, yeah.
16. As we're seeing.
I'm like, okay, I got the Kraber.
All right, Gothic Lady with the chance to make a difference.
Oh, there was no way to get up on height, man. It was so hard.
And we'll have to see whether in the kill feed later on anything will happen. Which would be your weapon of choice in TDM?
What do you think my weapon of choice would be?
Havoc.
Yes. Why?
Or Hemlock.
Why?
Because you're a controller player.
Because I'm a controller player. That's right, baby. I will be picking the meta guns.
I mean, Hipfire Havoc on controller is...
Nothing really happened for this part, man. We were trying so hard to get on height, but...
Knuckle Duster's coming out. It's not that difficult.
You just got to be highly skilled.
It was difficult.
I mean, what's difficult is trying to keep...
I think at this point, I'm like, let's wait for this conduit ult to go, and we're going to push up together. We're going to make this work. We got the Horizon ult. Let's do this. And we just got destroyed. And then that was it.
You need to try and do something.
Absolutely just stopped in our tracks, man.
From the Hemlock, RE45, maybe not the best of weapons, but there's a Havoc on the floor there, which I would suggest picking up. 29-17. But I think you're right. It's getting to the point in this game where it's like we need to take back height control. They tried to formulate a push together.
It's a shame.
They all went up that zip line. I think you got maybe look to attack it from some different angles. A couple of people going up the zips either side. Maybe a
Yeah, they just held it so well. Their team was really good.
Maybe a Pathfinder. Dan, nobody's playing Pathfinder. It's getting to me.
Nobody is playing Pathfinder. I haven't seen much Revenants either. I thought we would see a few more Revenants just for the added shield you get through Revenant's ultimate, but apparently people are saying, look, we want to play things that are maybe a little bit more mobile.
Well, speaking of mobility, Dan, are you ready for some chaos?
I'm ready for you.
This is where I went just terrible, man.
Chaos. We're hearing there's some more chaos available.
Look on the
Oh,
pick.
they're ready for some chaos. I'm definitely
Bottom left
ready
pick.
for some chaos. I
Which
don't know
one?
if these guys are, though. It is time to do enemies to lovers and seat swap again. Some people have got some way to go, so it's time to get your sprinting gear on.
Look, there he is, man. Ready to ruin my game.
And there was a race simply out.
Look at him going through the settings
Straight into his
immediately.
opposition's territory and is instantly on the PC, making sure he can change anything to favor him as they change places.
I would say, firstly, great impression. Thank you. Really impressed with that. Secondly, I would not be leaving my chair. I would be rolling through.
Oh wow!
That's out on my way through. Actually, don't do that. Health and safety will have a problem with that, and understandably so. There will be a lot of injuries.
So is there going to be any strategy from either team here with where you position yourself? Now, we've seen how this map has been unfolding. The high ground has been the advantage. The skull has been where everyone plays. Do you just put everyone down on the low ground?
I think so.
Yeah,
If you're
this
not
is
in
what we
control
were
of the high
thinking.
ground,
At this
change it.
point, we were like, I actually, I don't know if it was this match or the next one, but we were like, let's just move them to the edge of the map as far away from the middle as possible.
You is
I
probably the
don't
biggest
remember if it
thing,
was
right?
this game or
Because
not.
It's going to allow you to at least have a level setting again. Like no one's on the high ground, everyone on the low ground. As we do see people trying to get creative with those kills, but we are learning, of course, that it isn't going to do too much to that scoreline.
He's
Still.
messing with my
Doing yourself
settings.
doesn't really help, but what is interesting is when people are trying to work that out, as Kadril said, if you notice that there is grenades on the floor, you run into them. I did see someone run into a caustic barrel as well. Genius!
Yeah, art.
You see a caustic barrel on the map, you
IQ
make sure
play.
you go and die, so then you give yourself a kill on the other side.
He messed up my settings so
Far
mad.
too much fun, it would seem. He's just applauding himself.
It's because he can't see a thing. He doesn't. It's right
He
now.
actually has no idea.
Yeah, he thinks he's at home. Nobody tell him.
I think there's
Change places, everybody.
Look at how confused I am at this point, man. I'm like, what is messed
It's
up?
continuing until everyone's sat down, and then the chaos will end. The chaos. Wait. Oh, wait. The chaos has ended.
officially
Everyone
over.
is back.
No more chaos. Everyone can relax. Relax. I
Useless,
say.
it was
I
crazy,
did notice
man.
that Simply Ashton went for Gaming Merchant's PC straight away, by the way. That was a clear target that
Yeah.
we wanted to try and take.
Yep.
Do you think it's a faux pas to change people's settings?
Honestly, I haven't seen anything in the rules that suggests you can change
I'm going to be
keyboard.
honest with you, Dan. I haven't seen the rules.
I'm not sure there are said rules for
It's
anything
chaos.
like-
How can you have rules for the chaos card, right?
Exactly. I'd be
These ones,
changing
though.
keybinds. I'd be changing everything I possibly could. Video settings. I'd do it
Yeah.
all.
I would be putting your max frames
Look,
to
half our
5.
team is just still trying to change settings back.
Slideshow.
35 to 22 is the score, and we are getting
We're
confirmation.
getting word from the back from our fabulous production team.
Yep.
Sabotage is afoot.
Oh wow.
Yep.
What happened?
Well, keybinds were changed.
Keybinds were changed.
Keys binds, everyone. Keybinds were changed.
Well, you did
Look,
say
there's
the
still
meta
people
would
just
develop
sitting
as we
there.
Went on today, all right. As more people started to realize how
It gets crazier,
chaotic
though.
They can be.
This was only game one, like game 2, but game 1 of the carnage, man. It gets
Instant
crazier.
chaos. I think that's genius.
It gets
Change the
crazier.
keybinds, make sure they stood still, and have a memory of where they were, so then you can go take them down whilst they're stuck in their pause screen.
When you arrived today, did you think we'd be discussing the meta of chaos?
I did not. Well, actually, here we go. When it was pitched to me, I was like, yes, we would be discussing how the chaos meta changes throughout the game.
It's true. It's true. Well, we've seen a little bit of Fusey Boy. 40 to 24 is going to be the score, though, and it's Radjam who have really had this lead down. And I think it all came down to the opening rush. When we look back at it, the height is such a big thing here on
Yeah, it's
Thunderdome.
true, man.
It's difficult to wrestle it back, and you're always going to have to give up a few kills by essentially just throwing bodies up on height. And if you aren't going to be able to in that switch.
What up, Raven?
Win the secondary battle for height. It just becomes a Dan. It becomes an uphill battle.
It does become. That doesn't count as a Star Wars reference, does it? Just double check.
No,
because we're still playing that game.
When did he say?
Do you not remember when Qui-Gon
Obi-Wan,
Jinn said
it's an uphill battle?
It's an uphill battle, Obi.
They might have been like a throwaway comment or something.
Actually, it might have featured in one of the films. Surely, as there's 9 of them.
Also,
now,
that was
plus
the first Star
everything
Wars reference. Was actually you, because I hadn't mentioned
because
it. You brought it up.
Does that count? So do I lose? I'm not sure that's how it works.
Okay, you said Obi-Wan.
6 more kills required, and that could be one of them. Make it 5 as Simply Ashton drops, locks, and
From the
pops
heavens.
the 45th kill in.
Sorry.
Simply Ashton from the heavens.
Sorry, everybody.
Gotta give people audio clips, man.
I know.
Well, I think we can safely say that no matter how much more chaos would be...
I mean, try my hardest to find an opening somewhere, man. I just
I do
couldn't.
underestimate chaos, but I think we're only allowed 2 elements of chaos per game.
That's fair. There would have to be an unprecedented amount of chaos.
You officially ended the chaos earlier. You even waited, you paused. You
That's
allowed
true,
everyone
that's
to
fair.
relax.
This is on me, everyone. I can only apologise. 3 kills to go then for Rat Jam. And I will say the kill difference is pretty extreme in this one.
Yeah.
Rat Jam and Hero also have a Devo. And that is a gun which is, I would say, grossly overpowered as a care package weapon this season.
That's
and
one way
it's a very good way to close things out. 1 to go.
1 to go, and is the Devo going to be the one that puts the final nail in the coffin for the Skippitties right now? Devo, aggressive, and Rat Jam will get the victory, and they will put a point on the board. Again, high fives all round, celebration. Simply Ashton, excuse me.
Still no idea where he is.
He doesn't have a clue.
They are not see-through, it's just completely like
Yeah,
solid.
pitch black.
Glasses you use to look at an eclipse. Is that where he's got it from?
Yeah, or it's just like the type that they put you on when you go into like a soundproof booth. Why would you put glasses on to go into a soundproof booth?
Chaos.
Chaos. That's why
Oh, that's
I got
funny.
confused with my senses. But you get where I was going, right? It's like a sensory deprivation
I
thing.
do like that Simply Ashton is adding his own element of chaos to try and put his team
Yeah.
to a detriment by wearing child sunglasses, but still finds the victory and still comes out on top in what was a very dominant
Yeah,
match.
man. I mean, it got worse. It got worse. It got worse and worse and worse.
Meta continues to develop.
So, score at this point, 2 games in. You know, we did very appalling, unfortunately. It is what it is. Next match, I think things just kept escalating at this point. Things kept escalating. They kept getting just more and more ridiculous. So, let's see how the next game goes.
Season 40.
Here we go.
Closer than that, ladies and gents. And Skulltown,
I mean,
like you
me
say,
trying to
really
speak
what
to
they throw
chat.
down. I will say, I would say out of all the POIs, and I'm just talking like through BR, TD,
Looks like I'm just
areas,
being
Skulltown is
crazy.
the one that I feel the most emotionally attached to.
You just cry
Hilarious.
when the door opens.
No, just because it was fun to just grapple at people in season 1 with a peacekeeper.
You're not going to let go of Pathfinder.
It was a shame.
Never. No one's playing it.
I kind of wish that I didn't play. We played Thunderdome twice. We had,
Say it louder.
I think we had 4 games in total. Thunderdome is my. I just feel like the map is so unbalanced, and half of our games are on that map, which is so
I did see someone
unfortunate.
just locked in an Ash. So we are going to see a few different legends being selected for Skulltown, as that's going to be our map. It's going to be our 3rd match.
Pathfinder was.
We go. Maybe we were in this next match. I think we
No, that's
were
not
actually.
That isn't law.
That's in its official lore.
That's not.
Well, as we have previously had in other 2 games, we're going to have more chaos later on. But when the chaos happens, will be down to the admins. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
can't
I was trying to like calm with the team. I was trying to be the one to like make calls and stuff, but it just didn't quite work.
Of the wheel. That's the one responsibility.
This
of
was our
the
next
well,
game, yeah.
It's now going to be the Skippities going back at it again.
I
It's
just
gonna be
trying
our
to tell
2
everyone,
teams
stay
currently on
together.
the
Don't go out alone. Stay together.
Well,
And this
yeah,
started
obviously,
so
it's gonna be,
well.
the difference maker between your tournament ending
It
and
started
maybe
well.
continue a little
I'm like,
bit.
yeah, we started this
Down,
nice
by the way.
push. But then,
Amped cover is a problem.
did not go
Small
well.
put down as well. You're going to boost that damage from those LMGs coming through.
they came in behind, and that's it.
It's
We're
gonna
dead.
be on
Wiped.
start this. Let them cook. Who are starting off the
6
I would
kills.
say the most seasoned.
We got team wiped
There's a bit
within
of
seconds.
reference in there. That was weak.
And then it's like, okay, guys, we need to meet together. We need to not push alone. We need to meet together.
Take over.
And it was just hard, man.
7-1. I mean,
They sauteed them.
they what? I think that Skippities are struggling here to give my best color caster analysis here.
That's why you won the award.
They are struggling. Let them cook with an incredible lead, and now I think the Skibbities are going to be hoping for a chaotic element to come in to really give them a way back in, a ticket.
And it made it
into this
worse.
game.
The chaotic
Map
element
number
just
2,
made
Pack
things
number 2
worse.
was very slow, very methodical, but this is fast-paced, pure Octane gameplay.
Speaking of Octane, there is an Octane. Gothic Lady's going to be playing Octane. However,
I tried so hard to tell everyone to meet together, get on the building together, and yeah, it was hard to keep everyone on the same page, honestly.
What did you say? Again, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Are you alright? No, what do you say? Like when someone's like wiggling around. Dipsy doodle. Dipsy doodle.
Ah, yeah,
You
classic.
should know that.
Classic Dan Gaskin.
Because I now have to pay you royalties after saying that.
That's actually $2 grand. Thank you very much. Copyrighted.
We're getting
Yeah,
destroyed.
Apex points. How's that sound?
That works for me.
I don't have that
Get me
power.
closer to my heirlooms. Right, well, now I am being told chaos is about to ensue. Change places! Hannah, sort us out.
All right, guys.
This is where things get crazier, man. This is where things get ridiculously crazy, man.
Enemies to lovers, musical chairs first, and it is happening in 3, 2, 1. Change the lights.
All change, all change. Lights. No, change seats. Where am I going, bro?
And this is where I'm pretty sure this is where the dangers begin, man. So here I am, trying to mess with settings, you know, to begin with. Nothing too crazy.
All right, then back into the game, and I will say there is something I've noticed, and there is some really harsh metagaming that could be done right now because changing places has happened, and I'm pretty sure that Natty sat down where Cajal was playing from, and he left his chat open.
Oh,
He left his chat open on his phone.
the meta has
That-
evolved
Now
outside of the
that
chaos.
could be destructive.
It could be just changing everything,
I would be
changing not
asking-
only
I would be
in-game elements.
Yeah, I'd be asking his chat, what do I do here? What would because who knows a streamer and a creator better than their chat?
Exactly. What is the one thing he would hate to have removed?
Dropped all the armor. That's where all my... They took my armor. They took our armor and our guns and messed with our settings.
Anything that might throw off. Oh, just sensitivity. At the
inverting?
max. Invert it as well.
Oh.
I'd be turning off auto run. I'd be doing everything I could.
The cameraman settings have been changed. Did you see that?
The cameraman's
He's become inverted. He's trying to look down and went up.
I will say Hannah did well to get out of the way of said
I
chaos.
was worried for a second.
But I want more of a Mad Hatter impression from Hannah. I want a proper scream of change places next time,
We've got-
Hannah.
we've
I
got
know
plenty
you
more
can
games.
hear me, all right? But now the players, they're allowed to go back. You can hear the cry and you can see the speed ensues, everyone. But there's still seconds to be made. Hey, hold on.
The chaos is over.
Chaos
About
is
to be over.
This is only the beginning, man, as well. It gets... just wait until screens start getting flipped upside down.
You then just play controller instead.
You're allowed to do that.
Well, how well do you know? Like, do you know if they're a controller player or whether they're a mouse and keyboard player? And also, even if someone's changed your keybinds, you could pick up like 6 free kills as long as you are the
Yeah,
first one.
look.
And you can already
They just
see
took
that that's
3
gonna be
kills
happening.
of us. That's me trying to fight, and I'm like, wait, why are my keybinds all messed up?
They both died so fast. Well, one of them died so fast.
I mean, the Skibbities really
I
needed
wonder
this,
if you
though.
could save a preset.
We're
You
going
can't.
further in the meta,
Yeah,
aren't
you
we,
can't.
really, at this point.
You can't. Well, we're just going with fists.
It's just melee.
So, yeah, they dropped the guns and then they ran away from them. Again, another part of the meta from the chaos. But still,
Yeah, I had to leave the dishwasher at home, unfortunately.
21 to 9. Make it
I was
21
going
to
to
12.
connect it to my PC, but they wouldn't let me. Yeah, that was my plan. Every game, I would just reset to default, and that was the easiest way to get everyone back, like, to get back. And I mostly just played default settings. But once I started messing with Windows, it just got, it was so hard.
As the gaming merchant on Rampart gets that amp cover down once more. Cadril now. The beast has been popped. Who let the dogs out? Cadril did. He's got that Spitfire in his hands as well. However, he looked away for a second, and maybe he was checking that something wasn't said in the chat.
He's a little bit distracted because the chat's just...
I'd be panicking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. If you were around and I streamed, firstly, which is...
It does happen every
unlike-
now and then.
Yeah, very rarely. And I left my chat open, I would be concerned for my future.
And just your career in general, honestly.
Guys, in-game and
Your
out-game.
career is also my career, so I don't think I would dive
Let me
too far
try
into
my
that.
hardest to pick up kills where I can, man.
We are seeing a bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
From the Skibbities. 24 to 17. Have you tried saying that team name yet? Not or
Skibbities.
Skibbities. There we go. Yeah, it works. I'm probably saying it wrong, and I've just led you down a path.
Well, I tried my best. Well, I'm hearing, Dan, in my ears
Yes.
from the Chaos team in the back,
Yeah.
which is the official term.
Yes.
We're about to ensue some more.
Oh, and you know what's crazy? They changed my controller and mouse and keyboard settings. So now that we have to change the controller, I had to mess with my settings again. All right, one sec. I got to be right back very quick,
It is
friends.
time
One
for them
second.
to all
All right, back at it again.
switch their input. The lights are going to go red, and they have 2 minutes and 1 second. Let's start the clock.
I don't know why it's 2 minutes and 1 second. It's very specific.
Cage always going, this thing feels uncomfortable.
Well, I think that someone has evolved the meta of the Chaos, and not only did they change the key bindings earlier, they changed the controller bindings as well, and the button layout. So you thought you were fine and dandy, you changed everything back, but I'll tell you what, someone who is comfortable on the controller is Black Boy, and he is already finding 2 on board to make it 29 to 21, and that is
Look,
a free.
there's our teammates just standing still, man.
You gotta find the spawn because this is your opportunity to make these builds up. There's a little bit of a wiggle. He's spamming that crouch button.
It was going so well.
Hip fire as well, which is gonna make him
Our team was just so not good. Like, they just never played on controller, most of my teammates. So as soon as controller happened, they either just stood still or tried to hide. Because they would really, like, it was new to them.
It, right? It's only 10 kills now between the two teams.
Yeah, the controller players finally, I was going to say finally get a benefit, but you could argue that controller players have a big benefit.
Whoa,
anyway.
careful there,
What?
careful
No,
there.
can't say that.
Throwing these big statements around.
I mean, it's a big statement. I mean, I play controller, so I'm also agreeing with it.
Really, it's much more difficult than mouse and keyboard.
I will
said
say,
the controller player.
I do quite enjoy the idea of being able to use both inputs, like for long-range battles and then close-range battles using a controller. But it's chaotic rules. Maybe you could do that. 34 to 21. Even with the chaos coming into play here, the Skibbities have not found a ticket back into this game. You can see a desperate attempt with a devotion from range.
How do I shoot at this thing?
Yeah. With a devotion from range, I will say a lot of kickback on that one.
Yeah, certainly is.
Wish Ragtag attended. Yeah, that would have been cool.
Getting a little bit closer after the changeover, but the lead has re-established itself now. 35 to 21.
The team just decided they want to wait and hide. And the rough part here was we switched back input, and I didn't know. I didn't know that we'd switch back. There we go. It was all just carnage, man.
Boiling. Roasting.
Boiling. Would you argue boiling is one of the most boring ways? One of the most boring ways to cook anything is to boil it. Like if I were to offer you fried chicken or boiled chicken, what would you take? You'd take fried chicken.
We would probably fall out.
Why are you offering me boiled chicken?
Yeah, I think you are.
Well, the chaos has ended officially. If you are a keyboard player, you can now go back.
Chaos Scout, yeah, I'm just reacting to it now.
He is a controller player, so he doesn't even have to switch. So again,
Well, the chaos so far has been rough. Yeah, man, it completely nerfed us, and it only gets worse. It only gets worse from here on out.
39 to 22. Let them cook still. Continuing to keep this lead on their side, though. There's that devotion, and there's a little bit of recoil control coming in for you from distance. Wardy now with the hip fire finishes that one off as 41 kills is crossed. So just 9 to go here for Let Them Cook.
Look how much damage I do on both of these guys, man. Almost get them.
That's an interesting choice, and I'm not really surprised. I think Rampart and Caustic both can be beneficial legends to be playing on Skulltown. Lock down some of those areas in the middle, down with the rooms as well, as it's 42 to 25. And again, with no more elements of chaos to be introduced to this match, Mark, I think that we are starting to get closer and closer to a victor here, and Let 'Em Cook have been absolutely boiling them.
We are fresh out of chaos, everybody. We've gone to the pantry, we've checked the cupboards, we've checked the fridge. How many bad cooking terms can we go for? None of those are cooking terms, they're just places you store food. But anyway, the chaos is over, what I'm trying to say. 4 kills to go here for Let 'Em Cook. It'll be their second win as well.
No, it wouldn't. It would be their first.
It'll be their first.
It is chaos, though, so you can give them a win
I
if
can
you
make
want.
things up.
You can make things up.
Yeah.
You don't have a wheel.
No,
you
this is
don't
why I'm
have
not allowed
such
it.
power.
4 kills to go still.
You.
Hit the zip line. This is where the comeback begins.
That was just the observer. Imagine the observer hits the zip line and you
That's what I
just
was
get
hoping
like a
for.
nice little camera control as you path up.
Oh, dude.
So Natty trying to push the height. You can see her on the fuse. Shots coming in. 30 to 47. So we've got past the 30 kill mark. It's always a little bit of a, you know, nice feeling.
It is better. Skibberneys have done better in this game than they did in the previous. They are getting more kills on the board, and remember, kills could be important, but...
I tried to tell my team, please don't go outside. Please don't go outside. Don't go outside. We've got to stick together here if we want to somehow miraculously pull it back. But unfortunately, it's just hard to communicate amongst the chaos, you know.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Maybe it's going to be him cooking a few players inside, and it will be him.
No, it is.
That final kill as a true shooter.
And then it gets crazier. It gets crazier.
I've done that before, but not after winning a game, after losing.
Usually after taking a loss, but in-game. It is going to be Let 'Em Cook getting their first victory on the board, and it will be interesting to see how much damage was being able to be accrued there. Of course, we know that 50 kills, that stat is pretty easy, but the damage could play a part later.
Couldn't get over the line in one of those games. It's the classic, it's the old saying, isn't it, Dan? It's good to output damage, but you've got to convert it into kills.
Have to finish those kills.
Have to finish them off.
Is that because you've got too many mouse and keyboard players playing from a distance, for example? Are we seeing a couple more controller players getting up close and personal with those engagements?
So this next game, I want to show you like the highlights here where they mess with things. Here we go. This is what's more interesting. Yeah, there was a Discord. Yeah, everyone is in different voice channels.
They're being changed. As is the Order of Chaos.
The Order of Chaos did change, which is concerning because now I never really know. By the way, there's no speed really being on offer here.
Also, one door to go through. We are slowing the progress of chaos.
Chuck a caustic barrel down and you can block anyone from going through.
Just reinforce it. Get a catalyst up there.
So now this is the element of chaos where you can change anything on your opposition's PC, it would seem. The meta has developed from people nading themselves at the very beginning of the night to then going into the keybinds, changing everything. Turning off monitors might be the next. You never really know.
You could fill the PC with baked beans.
Oh, well, honestly.
Don't do that, by the way. I will say don't do that.
No, not great advice.
PCs are very good gaming PCs. We don't want to suggest doing that. If for your personal PC, I would do it. But anyway, enough of us. Good news, everybody. You don't have to listen to us for a few minutes because we've got a rat jam. Listen in. Let's jump into the comms.
I'm so sorry. This sucks. This sucks. So I hate that I have to do this.
It's funny though. Yeah, it's true.
Is our captain said?
They're like messing with
This
settings.
is the worst thing ever. I'm so sorry. But the game's the game.
Man. The game's the game. Oh dear. It was a very unique concept. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is tragic. This is actually tragic.
Burning the ultimate, Stan. I said it might be something that people try and do, and look at this. Everyone's burning their ults.
You can hear in the listening as well, just amidst the chaos. No one's happy about it. No one wants to do that to the other team, but the game is the game, is what I heard.
We only had one team.
We did. Well, yeah, the other team might have been enjoying it.
Yeah,
you know?
could have been
They
reveling.
embraced the chaos.
Reveling, rolling in the chaos.
Well, now, as the chaos ends, everyone returns to their own PCs, and this is where you have to realize you suddenly don't have a weapon, you have no armor. Your keybinds have probably been changed that when you press the A button, it brings you back out to Windows.
You do have the motherload, though.
Motherload is available. Terrifying in VR, I've heard.
Yeah. According to
just one
our imaginations, which, trust me, terrifying places to explore. Radjam, though, this is a chance. I
Honestly.
mean, look at this. Messi Nessi's still difficult for me to say.
Yep.
Not down by a
Messi
considerable
Nessi's.
margin here. So if they can get their settings back quicker, it means the mini game in itself, right? It's like, how quickly can you re-establish your keybinds?
What's your memory like? Or do you just play with the bad keybinds? That would be something I would consider, right? You can
Adapt,
maybe pick up
overcome.
4 or 5 kills as long as you can actually maneuver your way through the map.
Maneuver.
And then off spawn, or whilst you're dead, then you change your keybinds.
It was a hard one, man. But just wait until things start getting crazier.
As we're hearing
I think
again
maybe
from,
next
from
game.
Chaos in the back, our production team, that we are hearing resolution changes have now come in.
Yeah, that's why I said video settings.
So maybe you need to stop giving people ideas because
They can't hear me.
everybody is backpacking on your ideas of chaos.
Just how deep can the chaos go, truly? As now everyone who has no weapons just panicking, trying to escape, trying to find...
It would have been nice if the chaos was I don't know, mixed up a bit halfway through.
Nessie's struggling a little bit, but now it seems like everyone is back to their correct keybinds, their correct controller settings. Remember, that can all change a little bit later.
You can turn off mouse keys. Oh my god. Yeah, like a lot of people knew crazy keybinds like that.
To victory, and did so in that first nail-biting 50-49, where she was involved in that final kill. 21 to 14. It's getting a little bit closer here.
It was crazy.
It's getting a little bit more uncomfortable. 23 to 14.
I think we play next.
Maybe it got a little bit more comfortable in the last few seconds. It's weird how that happens sometimes. You start a sentence, and by the end of it, it's irrelevant.
That's how quickly it can change, thanks to chaos or just the gameplay that you're witnessing on your screen. Again, it's top, middle, in the core here that is the ideal place to take battle. We have noticed that teams are getting better at pairing up, I would say, like running as a 2 rather than running as a
Maggie
solo.
Ball. Massive.
Maggie Ball is so detrimental to
That was
anything you
big.
want to try and achieve.
That's a good Maggie
I will
ball.
say that would be one of the most frustrating ultimates to experience in VR as well, would be
Yes,
a Maggie.
certainly would.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that Maggie Ball, the Wrecking Ball, was probably one of the best, I would say, uses of ultimates that we've seen so far. The ability to flush out one of those walkways up to that top middle center, do some damage, disorientate, stun, all that good stuff.
Beamed.
Smart move. I would say that Punch is on something here.
Yeah, the Messi Nessies need something to get them back into this game, and perhaps it will be the chaos element a little bit later, but right now they're still down by 9. Actually, speaking of the chaos element, I am being told Agent Chaos is ready upstairs. It's time to switch over to those controllers.
All right, I am ready again. And
I think it would have been
so
better
sorry
instead of
to
just making
Pyro
people
that I
switch,
interviewed
like,
earlier because it's his time.
it was like they would either switch the controller or switch the keyboard, but I think it should just be everyone has to switch their input, you know? I think that would have been more interesting.
Good luck to him. Good luck to everyone else. And RIP the mouse and keyboard for the next 2 minutes and 1 second.
Rest in peace, keepers. That's what that stands for.
I think most people are on controller anyway.
Because I said it out loud. We are seeing the second part of the chaos take place.
So is this going to benefit Messi Nessies enough? Remember, in match 1 earlier, Messi Nessies did actually find more success when it switched their peripheral. So perhaps this is going to be their opportunity to get back into this game. Everyone has to play on controller. If you've only just joined us, that is the chaos. If you're a mouse and keyboard player, you have to switch over to a controller because of Agent of Chaos.
Which you can't
upstairs.
input,
Hannah,
yeah.
She makes the rules, all right? We don't. And she has insisted that everyone change to controller instead of mouse and keyboard.
Comeback happening here, by the way.
That's what I said.
There's a comeback happening here. You have queued this up beautifully. There are no controller players on one side of the stage by the looks of things. And certainly some people who have got the ability to use it on the other side. 26 to 34. And if I right now am on Messi Nessies, I am saying this comeback is real. We need to get aggressive. We need to start pushing. We need to start taking advantage this time.
Yeah, full send. And again, this is something you spoke of earlier.
RQ, yeah, it could be interesting.
During
It could
this
do a lot
chaos,
of
you
other
might have the
chaos
opportunity to flip the
ideas.
map a little bit, because if you're on controller now and you're not a controller player, you might just run away from the action. You might just want to avoid everything and get back to the team. If someone's really struggling, yeah, I mean, this is Hero. This is what we were saying. Really struggling. Doesn't even know where to look at this point. Burning. Get the grenade is out.
He's doing a lot of damage, to be fair.
Yeah.
Damage. It's
Don't know who to.
still alive as well, I will be said. That scoreline's getting increasingly worse. There was a moment of joy for the Messi Nessies, but it was quickly ripped away.
People
from
competing
them
this
by
in pro
Ratchet.
players. It's content creators, 2 content creators per team, and 4 sort of Apex fans who got invited. So
Oh, Ratcham's
no
still
pros.
controlling the height here as well. There's the knuckle cluster that's coming in. It's going to do damage, tick damage as well. And when you've got this kind of lead, then you can be aggressive. You can slide out and you can hit those kind of shots that you're seeing on your screen right now. The Volt, one of the best SMGs in the game at the moment. The SMG is maybe not the go-to, but when you can do that,
Boom.
I would be picking it up. There's the bubble load.
Well, Ratjam very close to being
Exterminated.
no, Ratjam will be fine. They're close to exterminating. Well, we're switching back now. If you were a controller player, if you were a mouse and keyboard player, you can go back to your original device. But is it just a little bit too late for the Messy Nessies? 3 more kills required for Ratjam to take the lead here in the Chaos Cup. They'll be on 2 victories. They will be top of the leaderboard and 1 step closer to that championship match.
Well, it's just a victory parade now. 49 kills already registered. The question is, who wants to be the player to pick up the 50th? Raise your hand up and say, I carried my team to victory. 1 more to go. They're flying in, Dan. Question is, who's going to get it? I have no idea. Ratjam will be the winners, though. They get that 50th kill. That was almost impossible to call who got that final kill, because every single member of the team...
It might be the next match now.
Straight down the ramp to try and get it themselves.
Are we in this one?
Can you open the PC unit, insert the controller?
Mouse and keyboard is where we'll be going when we have that peripheral change.
That gimme will be taken.
Outside of reach at the top of the leaderboard.
Maybe this
they
wasn't
wanna
us.
Start to catch Ratjam, and they want to create
Oh,
a
yes,
gap
okay.
away from the Messy Nessies.
The gap which could make the difference when it comes to that final game, Dan. Not only, you know, in the leaderboards who's in that final, but if you're at the top and you get an advantage by, in the round robin, knowing that you've beaten the team already, you get that final play again, you're like, hey, psychologically, the chaos is on our side.
And it is difficult to have chaos on any side because it seems like the chaos has no favorites, plays or no part in each team.
Chaos moves to the beat of its own drum.
It really does, and sadly, you might fall victim to it, or it could benefit you in some way. And we will have to see now whether things are going to change. Maybe fortunes can change here, as it's going to be what?
I think
a chance for someone.
maybe this was the game where things got
higher up on the leaderboard.
ridiculous.
Here we go then. Match number 5 of the day. Let them cook on your screen, and they've been cooking so far today, you have to say. I know it's a very easy thing for me to say, and that was a bit of a giving, but that gimme will be taken because they have been living up to their name so far. Exchange is going to be going down as you would expect, and it is going to be Pylon. This time back on Storm Point, this POI, which is going to be our map and point of contention.
They're really
This
organized
is a big
there.
round as well. It's Ratjam versus Let 'em Cook. It's first versus
Teams.
second. So if Let 'em Cook want to be able to catch up Ratjam, they have to find a victory here to send them to the top of the leaderboards. Can Ratjam, though, carry on with their 100% record of victories so far? Early kills going in favor of Let 'em Cook, but not really a big advantage. We're tied up 3-3 again. And okay, maybe we're going to be able to see now everyone try and find the high ground. There are several different levels to play here at Pylon. And again, I think Alta can be a big difference maker with her portals to get from the low ground to the high ground and surprise people.
Do you know who else could be a difference maker?
Don't say it. I know, you're going to say
Mad Maggie.
Oh, okay.
Mad Maggie. See? I'm
Chaos.
not predictable. It's the chaos. Mad Maggie, I think, is, in my personal opinion, probably one of the best TDM characters. And you're thinking, why? 1, you get the shotguns, you get that strafe speed. 2, that Q can really be a problem. And the ultimate, if you've got multiple players who are stacked up on top of each other, in and around a room, on height, if you can launch it in there, the amount of carnage that you can...
Yeah, they were pretty coordinated for sure.
Say that. It allows you to kind of not just have to force an isolated fight, but you can isolate a group of players that everyone else can move off the damage.
Oh yeah, that Wrecking Ball is unbelievably difficult to go up against, even if you're it doesn't matter if it's TDM, it doesn't matter if it's Battle Royale. You're never enjoying it when you do get hit, as Simply Ashton has the wingman in hand, and this is the kind of gameplay I've been searching for my entire life. I want to see more wingman gameplay.
Wing dudes.
And Simply Ashton, he promised me earlier he was going to put on a show for us.
Woo!
Oh, tight. Doing some damage as well. Wingman Volt seemed to be the selected preference for Ratjam.
Yeah,
Best Legends for TDM?
That was, you know, earlier I asked what you would play.
Probably
You said
Fuse,
Hammer,
to
but
be
now I
honest.
see Wingman
Fuse,
Volt, I'm starting to think
Maggie,
maybe
yeah.
It's a bit of me, you know.
People just hold angles.
It's a bit of me.
You need that, like, knuckle cluster
You
or...
find yourself getting a
Maggie
double
drill.
headshot by someone with a wingman. Probably going against me. I did upload one clip where I did that one.
I did see that.
It was also the day where Twitter quality was so bad
Yeah.
that it just looked like I was playing a game from the 1970s. We're hearing some chaos. There's a foot down.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys, it is time. It is time again, and we are going to do our input switch first. Everyone is going to be changing to mouse and keyboard. Is it genuinely a benefit? I don't know. I think we need more times, more chaos to figure it out, but the switch is going.
It's interesting because I think I'm seeing most people being more beneficial switching to controller than the other way around. Most teams, rather.
It does not get any easier for teams, players, commentators, production. The chaos rules all.
Yeah, switching over to mouse and keyboard, so there is going to be a lot of people struggling. Whether that be just with the keybinds in general that you've set up yourself. That's another thing as well, because we talk about, you know, changing your settings, but have you prepared for the chaos to ensue? Have you made sure
How do you?
you know what you're going to be playing when you get to mouse and keyboard? But it is a significant lead, may I add, for Rat Jam at the moment, 22 to 10. As that is a player who's not played mouse and keyboard before, evidently. Sheila, though, tell you what, one way to succeed on mouse and keyboard is to use Sheila.
Yeah, I'd agree. Just
Yeah, everyone has a switch controller
L1,
mid-game.
left click.
Or switch to
Left
mouse
click?
and keyboard
Yeah.
mid-game.
I mean, L1 is a controller button, isn't it? Depends on the controller you're using, actually.
Well, technically, I actually can find as an Excel user. I call it L1. Left button on my mouse. 27 to 13 is the score, and we get an opportunity to jump into a listening now with Team 1. Lem Cook.
30.
Yeah, wait. Practice, one.
Nice, Debs. Right, guys, wait, come back here. Aggressive, good dynamic, you need to play aggressive.
He's on second floor.
Don't forget, when we switch. Don't forget when we
1
switch.
HP, 1 HP.
Yeah.
He's.
Queue it up on my side, body on my side. Right,
Yeah, maybe. Behind you as well. No.
Ramp up one. Nice.
Dead.
Yeah, they were really
So put up
coordinated.
here behind.
Oh, the Mirage
Rolls,
Bamboozle!
right here. Nice. I'm banned.
One come out zip, one come out zip. Two come out zip. Yep, on the height.
Ultra Portal's a pretty good option
Well, that
for
was the first official bamboozle I think that we've seen of the day.
PDM.
Had absolutely no idea where he was getting shot from. The Ulma was popped by the Mirage. Eventually, the Mirage got taken down, but it's always fun to see.
It's always embarrassing when you get bamboozled as well.
Is it? I have a question about that. Is
Alright,
it
okay.
embarrassing?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
How many times have you been like, oh, there's one pushing me, and then it's just a mirage, and you're like, never mind.
That was me trying to protect myself, by the way, because you know it's happened multiple
Never
times.
mind. You can see the shoulder taps now coming through, which means you're allowed to switch back to your.
What's happening? Wait a minute. Turn the monitor on?
Oh, they thought. Oh, this is clever. All right, they thought
Okay.
that they were being told it was the seat swap. What they did is they were removing the HDMI or turning
This is
the
getting...
monitor off so that when the other player arrives, they can't change the settings because they have to go first. It's extra steps.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
extra layers.
this is where things
Honestly,
just get
I would also say
crazy.
you can
Like,
tell the players who have
the next few
protected
games,
Yes,
it just gets
immediately, where there's
way too
extreme
far,
steps that are
man.
being taken. And I would say
Way too far.
increasingly extreme steps that are being taken. By the way, that is a beautiful move. Using the Q of Alter there to get through that wall from the lift. Musical chairs is ready, by the way, Dan. That was a good move. We'll have to see if anyone else got some magical moves themselves when it comes to switching some chairs.
All right, guys, it is time for some musical chairs. We gotta get it started. Come on. Rotate round. Oh, I'm gonna get stuck again.
The monitors switch off. 3 of them turn their monitors off. Oh dear. That's smart though.
This one. The screen off.
Wow, they really did that. They unplug it? They unplugged their stuff.
Precious seconds off the clock. The monitor from Casual. The switch has done it. I would be stealing his phone. It's the only way to respond.
Genius, as he now realizes, there we go. It was just the power to the monitor that had been unplugged, and now I will say the gloves are off. We
Yeah,
have
this is it
really
now, yeah. We have
developed
crossed the line.
meta to the point of no return, and that is precious seconds of changing settings that have now been kind of stolen
Oh
away from
dear.
him. And I
Who
think you're right,
starts?
steal the
Who
fight, they
starts with the
don't
windows
steal
though? Who did it?
permanently, just
That's what
fine.
I want to know.
Acquire for a certain amount of time.
And return later.
Yeah.
Who started
Via
flipping
text message.
screens?
Yeah, and gift a lot of subs to your own. Don't do that. Okay, that is gloves off. If that happens, I'm sorry.
now we're talking.
I feel bad for suggesting that, to be
Now
honest
it's
with
the
you.
meta
Or
within
do
the
I?
meta. No, I don't think you do. This is the Chaos Cup. There are no rules,
That's
only
true.
chaos.
We're learning this actually step by step.
What's Black Boy doing here? Black Boy's just kind of marauding around, checking everyone else's, partaking in chaos.
One
correctly.
second.
You don't get to choose if you partake. You are part of the chaos.
Black Boy is the Chaos Enforcer, is the
He
new
is.
nickname that I'm going to give him. But I
Enforcer
will
of the
say,
chaos.
it was Kadril with the master plan, as he really changed everything and removed the monitor.
Wait, did I see a Twitch chat open there?
I did see
you see that? That's
All the
light.
Twitch chat open. What is this? Hold on.
Wait,
Did you see that?
no.
They've gone into the NVIDIA settings and they had turned the screen upside down.
That's good. That's amazing.
Wait. I missed it. I missed it. I want to see this. I missed it.
Do I? No, I don't think you do. This is the Chaos Cup. There are
Right, here we
no
go.
rules, only
Here we go.
chaos.
Oh.
We're learning this actually step by step.
Let's
Black Boy
see.
doing it. Black
So
Boy's just
this
kind
is
of
the moment.
marauding
It was
around,
someone on let him
checking
cook.
everyone else's, partaking in chaos correctly.
Was someone who
You
let
get
him
to
cook.
choose if you partake.
Whose screen was upside
Black
down?
Boy is the Chaos Enforcer, is the
He
new
is.
nickname that I'm going to give him. But I will
Enforcer of the
say,
chaos.
it was Kadril with the master plan, as he really changed everything and removed the monitor.
Wait, did I see a Twitch chat open there?
I did see.
Yeah, look, the screens are upside down.
Hold on.
Wait,
Did you see that?
no.
They've gone into the NVIDIA settings and they had turned the screen upside down.
That's good. That's amazing.
Look at this
Really
freak
clear,
kills.
the tilted head to
Oh
the
my
sides and
God.
everything you need to know. Wow. We're also learning a little bit about
No.
about the inner workings of a PC.
Lemon
was-
needed this, by
was
the way,
Kadril.
as Kadril, one of the
Can't
first to
believe
get
it.
back to his correct settings and is starting to close that gap for Let 'em Cook. They were
Oh
very
man.
much closing in on losing this game.
All right,
but
I had
now
the
they're
perfect
starting
counter
get
to
some
this
kills on
strat,
board,
though.
But you can see Rat Jam also getting kills that they've finally been able to change their settings back to the correct ones.
This is an important next, I would say, 2 minutes of this game.
It really changed
Because
the
there's
foundation.
only 8 kills required for Ratjam to take the win, but you can see with the way things are going,
Oh, do it to it.
there might be an opportunity to turn things round.
Simple Lesson is
However,
still
those kind of
upside
kills
down.
never hurt.
Yeah,
Oh
when
my
you get drawn like
god.
that, you just take your hat off and say, all right, fair enough. Person on the other team seems to have a little bit more sauce today.
No, you don't. You blame the lag.
Blame the chaos.
Blame the chaos.
Oh, my settings still weren't right.
Oh.
Oh, my monitor was upside down.
Oh, I thought we would change to mouse and keyboard.
Well, only 4 more kills now for Rat Jam, and they will be at the tippy top of the leaderboard. And I imagine with 3 victories, they should be able to solidify themselves in that championship match. You can see a few players still really struggling with their settings, by the way, because we mentioned gloves are off. People have been diving into all sort of settings in the computer.
We are getting deep in the BIOS at this point of these computers. We're going to have a full reset, a full install, reinstall, I think, before we get into the next game. Well, Let 'em Cook, at the moment, are going to have to come up with something pretty special because there's only 2 more kills for Rat Jam to take this one home. And even though there's a little bit of a late rally here from Let 'em Cook, it's only 1 more to go here. The question is, Dan? The question is,
Who's gonna get?
He's still
gonna
playing
get the
upside
final
down.
kill?
And
Who's
will we
still playing
even know?
upside
That's another
down?
question. Well, Wardy's
Oh
gonna
my
toss a couple
God.
grenades, so maybe it could be Wardy needs a little bit of help. By the way, you can still see a player on your screen is playing literally upside down. But I'll tell you what, there's a late comeback, a late resurgence here from Let 'em Cook. 9:42. Imagine.
If you get the final kill upside down, you are an absolute G. However, not going to happen.
Oh,
Rajam will be the
dear.
winner. Surprise, surprise.
Still upside down.
We've got some TSM shirts. Love that.
I mean,
All
sadly,
right,
after
so
we just played the remainder of the game
let's
up
see
to
what
2
happens
matches
here.
Go.
Yeah,
So we're going to
still
have to
do.
see how this develops. In the meantime, we have an interview. So, Hannah, who have you got for us?
I have the victim of the screen flip with me. So what was your thought when you got back to your PC?
It didn't matter. We were going to win anyway. We were so far in the lead. We've won every game so far. And I have Jeff on the team. And when you have Jeff, you don't lose, apparently. So I was chilling. I was actually chilling. We were just gonna win anyway.
I mean, you guys have obviously been doing very, very well. Do you think there's any challenge at all to you here, or do you think you're going to take it all the way and get the first title?
No, I think everyone's really good at this game, and anyone can pull it out of the bag. They won't, but they could. So, Rat Jam are on top. We knew this would happen. When you see the name Rat Jam, you know who's going to win. So, yeah, everyone can do it, but they won't.
Wild.
Nice.
Well, there we go.
Okay, so yeah, coming in with our next. I think we're playing next.
Yo, there's the leaderboard. 100% record for
Here we
Rat
go.
Jam.
Focal point of the chaos. It's probably the POI, I would argue, that's been through the most chaos in Apex Legends history.
Yeah,
And
those
it's
who
still kind of standing.
those who dropped at Fragment and surrounding areas in competitive Apex probably just feel a little bit hard done by. That everything keeps changing for them, that they never really can catch a break, but it is going to be Fragment East where we end up, and as you may have noticed, mouse and keyboard will be the desired input once we go through the chaos change somewhere in the game. We have learned
So
that it
in
could
this
be anywhere.
game,
It could be first, it could be second.
In this game, we got reset.
Would you rather it happen first, or would you rather it happen
I can't
second?
remember
don't really know
exactly
at this
what
point.
happened, but my settings were so messed up that I just had to play on controller for the rest of the match, pretty much.
I think
I literally couldn't fix
Also,
them.
speaking of chaos, can I note that your shoes are off? And
nobody knew that until you revealed it.
it's just
There
chaos.
is an unspoken rule. By the way, the camera just dipped down that I'm looking at right now, which concerns me. But there is an unspoken rule between us and all commentators that we do not discuss anything that cannot be seen off camera. So you've just broken that. You said that the gloves are off when it comes to sabotage.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that applied to here. And now you may feel nervous, Dan, and rightly you should.
Chaos has begun in the commentator booth. Am I
So
terrified?
at this point, I'm trying to tell my team, right, we've got this strategy. We're going to take the building. We're going to hold it. We're going to play Watson. Don't step outside. Like, I was trying so hard to try and make this team work.
honestly,
And this is
I'm
my
on the edge of my
attempt.
seat quite literally. at
Quite
this point.
literally.
Because when you come back to us later, the seat may not be there. I may not be here. Who knows now? Because I think Mark's upset with me.
I'm
but
not upset. Just disappointed. Just disappointed.
That's disappointed. No, but it's a choice you've made, and honestly, I'm kind of jealous of your comfort.
I will tell you for why. Not that anybody wants to know. There was an element of chaos in my shoes that was causing me some discomfort, so I removed them.
Blisters.
I'll let you decide.
I'll let you.
I'll
Well,
let your imaginations run wild.
well,
with that one.
hopefully your feet are comfortable. I will say
I feel great.
they smell great. I'm not that I've got close enough, but from here, I can't
It's getting
smell them,
weird.
so that's good.
It's getting weird.
Anyway, Apex. Fragment East is where we're going, thanks to our Wheel of Fortune. And we'll have to see whether the Skibbities...
I wonder if there's a little bit of an issue getting into the lobby because of some of the shenanigans that's gone down.
Well, that's the thing, is like, when the gloves were taken off, I mean, everyone could have changed anything at that point. Could have changed account settings, could have logged people out. I'm glad no one's gone that far.
Well, so far.
If you just quit the
No
game...
one's gone that far so far. And the only reason that I say that is because every time we think that you can't go any further, someone finds a way to.
Well, the Skibbities have yet to find a victory, right?
Maybe they need to be the creators of chaos, the ones who go, the ones that we talk about as, oh, they went too far.
Well, if we're going to get a tiebreaker, I think it has to be the Skibbities getting a victory here and making it all tied up in second place with one win for everyone else except Rat Jam, not Cat Jam. That's a different team. Rat Jam have 3 wins.
Cat Jam are the
Yeah, man.
undisputed, like,
We tried.
Harlem Globetrotters of
We tried.
Cup.
Yes,
That's
they
never happened
only
before.
enter.
Actually,
every
this
now and then.
game, it was
Just
going
to
so
someone
well.
get a tour
This
around
game, it was
around the
going
world.
so well until the settings change came, and then we
Looks like
lost.
Sweet Anita and the rest of the team just making sure that settings are going to be correct before they get into the game.
We're hearing
We'll
from
have
the
to
back,
see.
by the way, Dan, that we have a random stat,
A-
which I'm excited about. Black Boy had 6,900 damage exactly.
Nice.
Now do with that what you will.
I will. I mean, I think that is on purpose, and I think that he is, you know, as the controller
Full
of
merchant.
Chaos, the Chaos Enforcer himself,
100% merchant.
he made sure he had an exact number of his choice, so fair enough.
The Enforcer of Chaos
There he
does
is.
sound like someone who would accompany a famous wrestler to the ring and just look menacing.
Now, if we do not see Black Boy get to the championship final as the Enforcer of Chaos,
His fallback career as a manager in
does he
a
join
wrestling promotion.
Hannah in ensuring that Chaos is correctly manipulated upstairs?
It's true. He could be the one who enforces it. He decides if you've enforced enough, provided enough.
Amazing how much they can just entertain. Right, here we go. The game begins.
Understandably, you can only track certain things. Well, the game is almost underway. Also, it's getting very loud, very rowdy here in London. A lot of the community has come down to watch live, and
We've crossed the threshold.
we have it's that time when people start to get a little bit more rowdy.
People have finished work. They've come down.
Straight into watching some Apex Legends.
Why wouldn't you? That's what I'd do.
The best place to be right now. It's the hottest place in town today.
Literally and figuratively. Well, here we go then, everybody. We are back underway here at the Chaos Cup. Messy Nessies versus Skibbities.
Skibbities yet to find a win, whereas the Messy Nessies have a victory. Now, if Messy Nessies win this one, they will move up into second place, whereas the Skibbities, if they do find a win, will tie us all up on one victory for second, third, and fourth place. And that's when things start.
So we got a hold of this building. The plan was underway. Things were going okay.
For the Skibbities, they got kind of annihilated in map number 1, or match number 1, should I say. And it wasn't much more comfortable in match number 2. Can they find something a little bit different here?
We try my hardest to get some kills, man.
Well, the game emerging with some beautiful shots. It's going to be Weavski who gives Messy Nessies the lead here. Only by 1. Interesting little split here at Fragment East as well, right? You got the train station, it's kind of the ultimate height, but you don't have a lot of peaking kind of cover from that height, whereas the streamer building, as it's affectionately known, as this is where 95% of all Apex Legends clips have been produced over the years, is going to be controlled by the other side. So a very slow start here. It seems like a little bit of a 50-50 divide.
I needed my team to stick together, man. I really needed them to just stay in the building. I tried so hard to get them to be there. But people start getting bored.
As I say that, finally we get the Messy Nessies who say, look, we're fed up of this. We're not going to allow the Skibbities to just sit back and wait for us. Instead, we will take the initiative and start to get more aggressive. Big nades coming out from the Messy Nessies. The Skibbities are really just saying, we're not going to push you. And maybe their legend selection is part of that reason. We saw a Caustic there, a couple of ramparts.
Do you know what legend would really help you get from one rooftop to the other?
Revenant.
Pathfinder down.
Pathfinder
would be that option.
I thought
zip line across, especially if you hit a perk, a little bit less damage.
You are vulnerable when on a zip line, though.
Yeah, but if you've got the perk, take a little bit less damage on your way across.
I will say the same problem, though, that Pathfinder's always faced is his hitbox.
There's no problem. He's a perfect legend.
His hitbox is just the main concern for me.
That's
3-0, by the way. There's no timer on these games.
That's me, stuck behind that box, man.
Chaotic thing for the Skibbities
And then look,
is just keep
look at this.
going as long as
Oh, I
possible.
got in, I got
It's
in.
true. I will say for the Messy Nessies, even though they do have a lead, I'd be looking to pick up some frag grenades from one of my loadouts if I could, because Skynade, if you can get up to the side of that building and Skynade the top, you are going to get so
I'm telling my team, just stay inside, wait. They will get bored. They will get impatient. We needed to. I just needed to try and get some kills
Be the aggressor, I think, with this weapon. The amount of speed
on my
you
own.
have and the amount of time
And here it comes. Here comes the push, and we make it work.
So strong. As finally you're seeing the streamer building being sabotaged.
The infiltration has happened, and the Messy Nessies are starting to tear into the Skibbities now. I didn't think I'd ever say that as a commentary line, but alas, here we are. 6-1, so the Skibbities do put 1 on the board, but it was a successful push for the Messy Nessies. They timed it, they got fed up, they said, look, they're just going to be sitting, turtling back in the building, let's take the fight to them. But there is clear strategy.
At this point, once we lost the building, it was just rough.
Look at this.
Oh yeah, we had the fences down though. We had the fences down. Yeah, we set up the double Watson on this floor.
Oh, 97 with the PK. Can you follow it up? That's the question. The spray with a 301 is good. A little bit of help comes in from Composure. As now we see the Skibbities deciding to bunker down, and it's making, I would say it's been slightly impactful here. 6-3, yes, the Messy Nessies have a lead, but how do you push this?
Well, you have to remember that the Skibbities in their first game today lost like 50-26 or something along those lines. It was very one-sided, but now this is 6-all. Make it a 7-6 lead for the Skibbities, and this strategy is starting to actually find success. They have encouraged the Messy Nessies to push them. They locked that building down with anything they could.
Game was close until the chaos started, and exactly, man. I couldn't play this game. I got messed up.
To the leader of the team, Natty. She's the one who's playing Watson. She's the one who decided to call the strategy. And off the back of it, they have got a lead. And the difficulty is now, if you're playing defensive legends, you're set up around this building. For Messy Nessus, they've got to think, how do we try and get round this, right? How do we destroy that gen that's inside? Because it's not just a case of like normal Apex Legends where it's a 3v3. You could be walking around that corner, it could be a 12v12, like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be chaos.
Well, you remember earlier, chaos! You remember earlier when Crypto was deemed the least impactful legend in this lobby? I'd actually take a Crypto right
Brushing
now.
his shoulders off right now, he's like, oh, let me just have a
Suddenly,
look at this.
let's use an EMP. You shut down all those Watson fences.
I was telling my team at this point, don't stand on the roof. Don't stand on the roof. We need to be in that other room. Like, if we could just get the kill lead, we can do it. And people just kept going on the roof, man. Such a shame. Because they had height. They had height on the roof. Luckily, I guess at this point they did listen. It was hard though. It was hard.
Continuing to push it. Try and be aggressive. Try and take that height again. And there is that Horizon Q to push the height up. Now, even though we've seen the Messy Nessies struggle to break this setup, maybe this is the opportunity for them, Dan, because we're about
Look at my
to see
fence.
chaos.
I accidentally made that. No.
All right, guys, I think
This
I'm
is where it
gonna
goes
do this to
downhill.
Defend myself because everyone's going to be running, and I'm going to be in the middle again.
Oh
It's
no.
time for switching,
This is where it goes terrible,
and
man.
let's see what happens.
Where it goes terrible.
Chaos continues, Dan. It does not stop here in London.
So my
It just
plan here,
constantly- it's like,
I'm
you know,
like, look, they're going to mess with our stuff. Let's just go and stick them inside our fences to at least get some kills.
You're trying to get to sleep and you realize that the tap in the bathroom is still on. It's just and you just can't, you're like paralyzed to move it.
All these fences are really gonna hurt. Really gonna hurt. This is clever from the Skibbities. They are now running into the building, running into the fences. And suddenly it's going to be a 12-6 lead.
12-6, doubling up. This is a team who need a miracle. Remember, coming into this game. I need to turn this one
Look at them
around.
all,
And who
dude.
thought it would be Watson, who could be the difference maker. Look at the kills. They're only going one way at the moment.
Well, this is one way to change things. You can see there's very different tactics being employed here. Some are going into the settings and changing things. Others are just killing themselves with ultimates.
Some are staring at the boundaries of the map.
They're in Windows. That's why.
On top.
They're in the Windows settings. They're breaking my game.
They would have been at a detriment in this scenario. Anyway, they're changing back. We need to get a security guard for Hannah to make sure she doesn't get trampled.
An off-brand lightsaber is not going to do it, I think, at this point.
The Chaos Enforcer needs to get involved at this point just to make sure that nothing is happening up there and Hannah can just stay in her
So
position.
at this point, I'm screwed, man.
16 to 8
I'm
in
literally
favor of
screwed.
the Skip-
This was the moment I didn't know what to do. My mouse buttons are flipped. Everything was messed up. I couldn't play for the rest of the match. Just such a shame.
And their strategy, I mean, it's been perfectly employed here.
It's been very, very good. The question is now...
I couldn't even get in the game. I couldn't
Firstly,
even
you can see
get
that
back
now
in the
she's trying to
game.
work out how to get back into a game, but now that she has,
But
is she able to get back into position to refortify this
I
building?
can't
How
even get in the
quickly can
game.
Skibbities get back to the position they were in beforehand? Because I would say as well, the great thing
Look
is
at
for
it.
the Watson
I
setup,
messed up.
who's going to be able to push them by the time they get their settings back?
Well, whilst we get our settings back, we can jump into a listen-in. So let's see what they have to say. It's going to be Team 2. It's going to be the Messy Nessies.
You're on the high ground by yourself over there. Can get control of height.
It's changed my POV, that's
I'm literally just meleeing because I can't figure out what's going on.
Guys, who's on altar? Who's on altar?
Not
Who's
me.
on altar? Come with me.
right there, guys.
Okay, hold on. I need to speed up. That's fair. Come to me.
I'm coming.
Come right here. Whoever's on altar.
I'm queuing us up.
Put your Q right here. Put your Q right here. Try to catch someone from right here, okay? You give it a chance. Maybe from like this. Like this right here should be good. Yeah, like right here, I think. When you get it,
Look me.
Oh,
That's me. That's me.
Reset the default. Yeah, but they messed with the Windows settings, so like your mouse clicks were reversed, your screen was upside down, your game was minimized and closed and opened in a different version of like a virtual desktop. It was all just messed up. I had no audio for the whole match. I didn't even realize because there's so many other things to fix.
We need Maggie, bro.
Yeah, we need to switch to Fuse and Maggie.
Some of the conversations you can hear, Dan, are about what legend do we pick up to break this.
We were
setup.
still standing still trying to
17
fix
10.
things.
You
We were
can
just
see the way
staying
the
in there,
messages are kind of
trying to fix
navigating
things.
in and around the building. They don't know how to get in.
Well, they are trying to push in. 17-11, so the Messi Nessies are staying within this one. But as I think more about the chaos that unfolded, it was genius from the Skibbities, because of course they had set up the Watson fences. They then switch over to the opposition team, and then they run into their own fences to give themselves the kills. Of course, it doesn't matter for the Messi Nessies. You can't get killed by your own fences. It's your opposition fences. There is more strategy that could be employed here, though, but it's now 17-15. The Messi Nessies have broken.
Yeah, now it was just downhill, man.
They've got through the fences, and now they're about to tie this one up, maybe.
Oh, 17-17. 17-17, and finally the push is effective. And now, for the first time in this game, they have control of streamer building. Where are the respawns? That's the question. How do you retake from here? Because the bunker down option...
I kept trying to tell us, like, we need to meet up together and push this together. But it was hard, man. It's hard to make it work.
Thing now in the train station. Just start to set up shop, and that's one way that you can't set up shop. Just getting absolutely obliterated from the other building. 18-17, the Messi Nessies finally take the lead. So it was a very impressive lead from the Skibbities. But that has all been thrown away in an instant, and we heard the strategy that was trying to be employed when we were in the listening. Which legend do we have to get? Do we have any altars? How do we break through? How do we stop these fences?
And now for the Messi Nessies, they're on the front foot, so they can say to the Skibbities, hey, you sat back previously, you were bunkered down in that building, well, you've got to push us now, because we're the ones who command the pace of this game. They have a 1-kill advantage, and Skibbities now have some different questions to try and answer, or are they just going to go for a similar looking strategy? Now he's back on Watson. Once again, setting some fences up, waiting for that gen to kick in to reduplicate some of those fences to get up.
I'm still looking at the ground, trying to fix things. Did you see this? How many minutes later in the match? How many minutes later since they did it? And look at what I'm doing right here. Look at what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Things weren't fixed. I was just every moment I could trying to fix things. Take a look at this. Look at what I'm doing. Like, however many minutes later after the switch happened. Hang on a minute. Where is it?
A little while, but we'll have to see whether Messi Nessies finally take the lead. So
you sat back previously, you were bunkered down in that building, well, you've got to push us now, because we're the ones who command the pace of this game. They have a 1-kill advantage, and Skibbities now have some different...
Ready? Look at what I'm doing.
Questions to try and answer. Or
look at what I'm doing right here.
For a similar looking strategy.
I am standing there,
once again,
looking at the ground. Look, that's me. You see me? Gaming Watching 1, still in the settings, still trying to fix things. How many minutes was that since the switch? I was absolutely naffed, man. Look, I'm still trying.
And you have to wonder, is this going to be a battle of the egos, maybe? Skibbity's going to try and play on the ego of the Messi Nessies and say, hey, come and push us again, see if it works this time.
Again, I mean, it's 1917 in theory. The Messi Nessies don't have to push right now, but if the admins haven't set a time limit here, then
he says frantically,
we could be here for a little while, but we'll have to see whether, as you mentioned, the Messi Nessies just say, look, we've had enough of this. We believe we are the better team. We believe we have the better players. And you've also got to remember that we still have more elements of chaos to be added to the game. Everyone will have to switch over to mouse and keyboard.
I was trying to get my team to alter onto the roof here because there was one player separated.
I was also hearing, I think that
couldn't
some
do
of
it.
the players on one side, I think it was Messi Nessies if I wasn't mistaken, still trying to adjust some of their settings. So there is some deep diving going into the PC settings at the moment in the, I will call it the period of chaos, which are still struggling to be overcome. Kraber time!
I mean, we do discuss the meta of chaos quite often, but do you just open as many tabs as you can?
Yes.
In one of your internet browsers just to try and delete those frames as well?
My frames were so bad as well, dude. They were actually my game was lagging so much. So I was bored. I was windowed for the whole rest of the tournament.
Here, both, in both ways. 22-17, and now the Skibbities, they are panicking. They are trying to escape their little hidey hole, and sadly, they are just running into the guns of the Messi Nessies, who have really destroyed them in the last kind of 5 minutes or so.
Some nice shots coming in with the Kraber, a little bit of a clean-up coming in with the Havoc as well. You are seeing the difference now between the two teams. It's Messi Nessies who are back on top with the, I would say, the most prominent lead that we've had so far in this game. And good news, everybody, we're almost halfway. 25, we have hit 25 in the time it's usually taken us to get to 50.
Well, the Messi Nessies have successfully broken into the fortress of Skibbity's.
It was over at this point, man. I couldn't concentrate.
Hit a third time. The answer is yes. Well, it was working so well. That's what's crazy. Is they had like a 7-8 kill lead after the chaos, but the Messi Nessies, I think, just started to get fed up, and they found the right counter. Just need the right legends to break in and siege said building.
I would say thank goodness, by the way, because this could have been an 8-hour game of TDM otherwise.
It still could be.
I've spoken too soon.
You have?
Yeah.
We're only
I should know
26-17
far better than this.
Before the Messi Nessies, you've got to imagine that as their lead increases, they will start to play a little bit more loose. They will probably start to push a bit more furiously, relentlessly.
I'm still just trying to sort things out, man. I remember, I'm just still like, I don't know what to do. There's nothing I can do. It's over for me.
Still in the hand as well. Triple A. Kraber plus Havoc. That's
it's a dream.
Pretty.
The entirety of the time I was in that train station building, I was just messing with things.
Doing its damage and somehow holding off 3 different people at once.
Bangalore, Kraber, Gold Havoc with a turbo.
Oh, this is the moment I called. I called here. I'm like, look, there's one guy out here on his own. We need to push this now. I was finally done with everything. I'm like, let's just push this guy together. Let's do it. Get outside now. Let's go.
This is a full 6-player push outside of the building from the Skibbities, by the way. They're trying to escape.
And then we just got destroyed.
Kind of put in by the Messi Nessies, trying to regain maybe
almost
some
happened.
Building they had to begin with in this game. But at the moment, they're just running around and getting picked off one by one.
All the Cactus are down as well, which slowed things down. And even though the
and then at this point, it was
really
just over.
They were trying to just flood numbers. One side of the map there, trying to catch a few players off guard who might have overextended. Didn't work. 32-17, the score almost doubled up now for the Messi Nessies, Skibbities, who were leading at one point in this game, remember, only by a small margin and quite some time ago. But now we're starting to get in towards the deep waters of this one. We're not. We've still got a long way to go.
Again, depends if the Skibbities just decide once more they want to slow it down. I mean, how do you... Right. If you've learned that you're not getting back into the game by going defensive, do you just suddenly switch it up on the Messi Nessies and get super aggressive?
Everyone should play Maggie. All at once.
That would have been cool.
Pathfinder, but everyone else should play Maggie. Pick a loadout that has a few shotguns.
This is where I beam 2 people. Okay, I absolutely beam 2 people here, and I'm like, right, we gotta push right now, literally right this second. And once again, it just didn't work out. There it is. And I'm like, go, 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 go. Push, 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 push.
That's the frustration, right, TDM sometimes.
And then I got blown up by an ult. And all my team died in this building.
Skibbities, they're going to get a couple of kills here, but maybe this is what they need to hear, Dan. Not just the fact they're getting a couple of kills, but the chaos is afoot.
I think it's just about time. This game has been going for too long. We need to start giving things a little bit of chaos once more. So we're going to go for the input switch. Let's see. Maybe it'll make a difference. I don't know.
It was a very long, drawn-out match, I will be honest. It did go on for a long time.
Dan Gaskin as the chaos ensues. I want your best impression of the chaos alarm.
Not bad.
It's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
Honestly, I think I nailed that.
Pretty good. Honestly, tone, beautiful.
I think the entire room went quiet because they thought there was something going on.
Yeah. It's actually strange. There's an office block there. Everyone's just evacuated. Very strange.
And everyone's out.
Everyone go back. Everything's fine. Don't worry. You say we're a building.
That's one way to clear a building.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you just said I'm a building. I was like, is everything okay? Anyway, Fritz is going down. Dan's a building. 41-20. How things have changed, Dan. We're now 9 kills, 8 kills away from closing this one out.
I did notice
I'm a building.
As the players were meant to change over to mouse and keyboard, there was many players who did not change and are already on mouse and keyboard. I think it is the controller change that seems to have been the biggest difference maker throughout the Chaos Cup so far.
Well, inching closer and closer to the Messi Nessies, keeping their record and picking up another win here in the Chaos Cup.
And this is
Still some
our
work to do.
this is our last match throughout the round robin as well. And if Messi Nessies do find a victory, it would put them on 2 wins and would send them into that championship match. Whereas Skibbities, down on 0, of course, would play in potentially a third.
The only game, honestly, the only time things were finally fixed for me was at the end of my next match. Near the end of my next match. And you'll see when I can finally play the game properly. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like ever since that setup, the Watson setup was broken on the 2nd floor of the streamer building, like things have just sped up.
They have indeed. I think that the confidence from the Messi Nessies is really on display now, and the Skibbities starting to just roll over and show their belly a little bit, saying, all right, we've tried as we might play defensive, we might just have to go toe-to-toe with them. But it's not ending up so well, as the Messi Nessies now only 4 kills away. And they are ruthless with their aggression now at this point.
Well, look at this movement on the old MK. Hey, this isn't a controller player. Can't do that on controller unless you're playing on sensitivity, which doesn't allow you to hit a shot. A shot with the Peacekeeper there will put them within just 1 now. The Messi Nessies just need 1. And the question is, Dan Gaskin, who's gonna get it? Where's your money?
Well, Gamer Merchant is not on that team, so he's not going to get the last kill, but he does keep things alive for the Skibbities. As everyone playing as defensive as they can on the side of the Skibbities to not allow the Messi Nessies to get their victory, but the kill was found, and the
And there it is. There it is.
High fives all round as the Messi Nessies going into that championship. It's been great to see their performance today.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to skip next to this next section.
Who want to just
get away with it.
At this point, Rat Jam, obviously, they weren't going to win. Obviously. No surprise there at all. They did so well. But look at this. Look at this moment here. So what they did... Wait, hold up. They, like, made it so you couldn't mess with their computer. Wait, I want to know if there's the Rickroll moment on the stream.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
We're into the 3rd, 4th place.
So this game here is the 3rd, 4th place decider match. And I tried to make it so they couldn't mess with my PC, and I played Rick Astley, and I honestly hoped it would work, but it didn't. And when I got back, things were really messed up again. But in the later half of this match, I finally actually started to be able to play the game again. One of the biggest things I realized this whole time, my game was Windows borderless, and it was lagging like crazy. And when I fixed that, I could actually play the game. So here we go.
I built my previous PC, and not the one I have at the moment. I got someone else to do it. And this.
Here we go.
We're into the 3rd, 4th place playoff.
It's crazy.
At this point, and we
Crazy
are
start.
on the Thunderdome. This is the specialist map for TDM, and we are seeing, what I described it as earlier, the ram butting.
the butting of heads from the Rams, and it was the battle to get into the skull once more. It was, by the way, great work from the observers to get both teams going up the zip lines
Yeah,
at the
that's
same
very
time.
cool.
It was quite theatrical. Almost feels like I was watching a movie, but it's a 6-2 lead to Let 'em Cook.
And then it was over.
Control of the skull to begin with, I think, is very important for Let 'em Cook, because had Skibbities got control, you'd imagine they would then turn this in their favor, where suddenly, you know, they're going to be setting those Watson fences up once more.
Well, Cadril, who has certainly been one of the most creative when it comes to the period of chaos. Not only has he been creative, he has been, I think, listening in to the broadcast and saying, hey, you've been talking bad about my... Talking bad about my boy Crypto. He tries to put it right, but the drone gets immediately taken out and proves us right.
I mean, they would have seen that the Skibbities played heavily in favor of Watson, so one way to counter that is by utilizing Crypto. But we are getting some early chaos in our ears, and we'll have to see whether that chaos is going to happen upstairs, Hannah.
Oh,
I
man.
thought we might as well do it early this time, so we're going to make the switch and make everyone move mid-fight. So,
Oh,
go now.
this is where I had it, man. The setup. I don't know if we catch it on camera. Do we have it?
Well, the changes have happened.
I'm not sure.
I'm curious what Cadril has done here, because...
I couldn't get in.
Now,
I couldn't mess him up.
I want to see the mouse touched here. Wait. Okay. Interesting.
Right, there's only one player in
It's
here.
been worked out, though. It's been worked out immediately. Have you seen what's happened? I'm pretty sure
It's a
that
desktop background, isn't it?
took a screenshot of the in-game, set it as the desktop background.
I'm over it. I want to go home.
It's genius.
But surely you can just quickly... Did someone log out of the game?
Close the game?
Are you allowed to do that? They both did. Oh, okay. Well, she's worked out now that, yes, okay, it was just... Oh, wow, straight into the OBS. Now, this is really... You can really mess up.
If you play through OBS, you are... I was going to say, you're...
No one saw my... There was no clip of my Rick Astley, which is such a shame.
She's struggling here. There we go.
Wait, are we into the game? Casual is... I hate to give this title out early.
He's just watching and laughing.
They're laughing. I got the Rick Astley.
Earlier, but he might be the ultimate agent of chaos.
He really has had a plan every single time. Also, so confident that he didn't even change much on the opposition PC. And he may be unaffected here.
Wait.
This is great news for him, by the way, if he is unaffected, because that means he can just send himself straight
Someone
in.
has Googled how to... what was that? How to change a virtual desktop? Was that or something? I don't know. But I don't know what's happening right now, everybody. But that's not a magic trick. That is... I like magic. That's not magic. That's paint.
They all just closed the game.
It's got to
there
that
we go.
point now.
There we go. Okay, back underway. Well, whilst the players get used to their setups, we can jump into a listening with Let 'Em Cook.
On me.
Only near like the second half of this game do I finally do anything useful in terms of kills, since like 3 matches in.
Bro, my settings are cooked.
No, I bottled it. No. No! I lost that. I should have lost that.
Wait, do we have the top still? Do we have the top?
Yeah, no, we got top. I'm scanning.
I'm dropping a ramp up. Bro, these mother suckers, I can't get up.
I'm holding.
Yeah, I'm swinging.
I'm with you, yeah, I'm with you. One second, ramp up.
Yeah, we go. 100 for week.
Well, back into the game, you can see that the Sheila isn't going to be enough to stop the Havoc as it gets another kill on the board. I will say, by the way, we haven't really mentioned how the score is going so far, and it's important to do that because we are playing TDM. It's 21-9, but I would say that, in my personal opinion, Dan and I would like to get your input on this as well. That was one of the most creative periods of chaos we've had.
Yeah, everyone's gone that one step further, especially realizing that this is their last game to be a part of said chaos as well. So they all went out, whether it was changing settings in Steam, whether it was putting desktop wallpapers to make it look like you're in game and you were.
1 second, guys. I'll just bear it back real quick. Alright, here we go. Back at it. Let's keep watching.
Not allowing Alt-Tab to be a thing, there was plenty that had been done there. And I think that Cajal came out on top, for sure, because when he went into his setup, no settings had been changed, and then was able to just run into the map and get kills whilst everyone was stood still.
Yeah, maybe that's the way, right? Just lock people out.
That's why I said lock the PC.
Yeah, lock them out.
You just need to be on first name basis with the admin so that you know the password to get back into said PC. Closing the game was, that's a mental one.
I feel that's like the lowest hanging fruit.
I wonder
the lack of I don't like the lack of creativity.
So I wonder if you could convince the PC that there's 2 monitors and then switch the screen onto the second monitor so then you couldn't even see it. There's a lot of creativity here. Love the chaos.
I like the idea of this coming back for his second tournament and people having a little bit of time to think. You know what I mean?
With their PCs.
Yeah, I like that as an idea. I think that's and you get a little period of time to try and undo it, and then if you don't know, like after a certain amount of time, then whoever did it has to go and change it back.
Disabling audio drivers so that you can't hear anything.
Yeah, it's a lot of things that can be a problem.
Turn on sticky keys. How many times have sticky keys got you?
Sticky keys get me. I think the hotkeys is the way. Like assigning some macros. Yep.
Yeah.
Just press
That'd
A,
be nuts.
and all of a sudden you're getting rickrolled on YouTube.
Well, in that case, then suddenly the controller would be the meta, right? As the EMP is blown, And Cadril looking to try and stop anyone from having any fences up. But they're well and truly in control of this one. I'll let them cook. 32-14. We might be getting to the crust of the chaos.
We might be. We might be about to crown the crust. But now he's going to swing out here with the Mastiff, get 1 kill, which at least makes it a little bit closer. But as we say so many times, close is great, but not quite enough. We are hearing this time for more chaos. It is going to be the swap to mouse and keyboard for our controller players.
I didn't realize it this time. I thought it was still a swap to controller.
To be honest, I think everyone needs to swap.
I thought it was a swap to controller. So I'm like, oh, we're on controller. So my whole team thought it was a swap to controller. And our team couldn't play on controller. Yet the other team was swapping. It was just very confusing.
They should go controller. If they're controller, they should go mouse and keyboard.
Oh, it was like that. Okay.
Let's make it even now. It's round 2. Why not? So everyone's got to swap.
Well, a little bit of additional nonsense being thrown in there. I'm here for it. I am 100% here for it.
Well, I think the admin of Chaos, Hannah upstairs, started to catch on that when it was mouse and keyboard, there wasn't enough people being changed, not enough people being affected, and now you can see there is a lot of struggles happening on your screen. This is as chaotic as it's been so far when it comes to changing your input. And we'll have to see who manages to stay on top now. Are we going to see Let 'em Cook throw this lead away because of said changes?
This is where the roller players have got to take over.
Oh, no.
You are seeing how difficult it can be. Shoot on controller right now, by the way. This is a great example. Everyone's like, ooh, aim assist. It's not easy.
I would like to see a controller versus mouse and keyboard matchup now on our screens of people playing on the opposite inputs as well and see who comes out on top. How many emails have you written? How used are you to said mouse and keyboard?
How many words have you typed only using WASD?
Well, and how long can you stay away from a fight? If you are really uncomfortable, you could just stay. Like, at the moment, there's just no fighting happening.
Yeah, everyone's just waiting.
Everyone is on the opposite input. There's still 1 minute left as well. 2 minutes and 1 second it is on the clock from the start to celebrate season 21, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But now Let 'em Cook from the safety of Skull Island. Just shooting down and raining down terror on Skippies.
Kidnap
The
there.
Alto Q is going to come out, which is allowed to take a little bit more high ground, but it's only 11 kills to go now for Let 'em Cook. And the Devos are out. We're deep in the game. When you see the Devos down, it usually means that we are getting towards the back end of things. 10 more to go for Let 'em Cook to secure 3rd place here overall. For Skibbities, it has to be a miracle at this point. It has to be one of the greatest turnarounds we've ever seen.
We'll need more chaos introduced, I feel.
We will need more chaos than there has ever been legally allowed to happen.
Because at 40-20, especially with the passive nature of the Skibbities so far, it's hard to see.
Yeah, they should just do it within Apex.
Even picking up a weapon seems to be a struggle at the moment.
301 though.
But good news is, if you were struggling, the inputs now will be swapped back. The chaos is ending.
The chaos is over. M&K players will be much more happy to go back to their email devices. Controller players will be much happy to go back to their right triggers. As the RC to push now come in. Let 'em Cook looking to close this one out now. 8 to go for them. 2 more kills picked up in quick succession. Sheila's out as well, which is going to make this a little bit more interesting. Horizon Q goes down as well. Nice spray through that Q. And through the black hole as well. But 7 to go down.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like,
I think
the chaos messed with us the most, honestly. I wish there was no chaos for our team, but it is what it
one of
is.
the greatest comebacks in gaming history.
I mean, if it happens, I will shave my head, all right?
Matt Penguin, what's up, dude? How are you doing? I'm good.
I know that you're a liar.
This time.
You've tried that before and you didn't do it. It has no weight anymore.
It just doesn't, no, sorry. 7 more kills required. And I will say Let 'em Cook have started to get more aggressive here. It has played into the hands of Skibbities because they were playing defensive. They had put the Watson fences up as well, but I feel like Let 'em Cook could just throw everything at them, and even if they were to lose like 3 team fights in a row, they would still have a lead.
5 to go then. Let 'em Cook. Probably going to look back on that 50-49 as the one that got away and prevented them from getting towards that grand final. With just 1 more set of kills going their way. 4 is all they need. then at least they will be able to say that they were the crust of the chaos, which is a title that I think coming into today anyone would have taken.
Some would like, some wouldn't. Depends on your interest in crust of pizzas, to be specific. Still 46 kills will let them cook. There is a late surgence here from Skibbities. They find their 31st kill, make it 32.
Wait a minute.
Things starting to look a little bit dicey now for Let 'em Cook. They are playing into the hands of Skibbities and their defensive nature. But you'd imagine all you need now is one successful push and you will find yourself victors and third place for sure. Not as much of a fight happening in the skull now. Instead, it is just going to be a big matchup that's been happening down low. It's 48 kills now on the clock. 2 more for Let 'em Cook.
2 to go. And it's time to send it by the looks of things.
Get on the zip line. 49 mark, but the real question is, who's going to get the last kill?
Who's going to get it? Let 'em Cook will be the winners, and we still aren't sure who got that final kill. One day we'll find out. So for now, all that really matters is that Let 'em Cook lock down that third place.
Oh dear.
In our third, fourth place playoff. The
Crazy, eh?
The Chaos Dan has been crowned.
Rest of the chaos.
You can see pure delight on the face of Black Boy. The enforcer of chaos himself takes third place with the rest of the squad. And
that was it.
Have to say,
That was the carnage for us.
Provided the most entertainment with the chaos changes of the seat. They were very inventive with their ways of trying to stop the other team from changing things.
Chaotically creative, I think, is the only way to put it.
Chaos,
I will say,
chaotically
by the way,
creative.
Like Cage will finally put his phone away, which I think maybe your fault. My fault. Maybe my fault. We don't know. We don't have
as soon as you
evidence.
started mentioning about subs being gifted,
True.
it was probably
Yeah,
maybe I should put this one away. But there's the confirmation. Let 'em Cook will win the third place playoff, and a bronze medal will be given to them. And you know, hats off to them. I think Cager and Black Boy, with their strategies throughout the Chaos elements, they were so close as well to being in the grand final. If you consider it was a 50-49 in that first match we had today, that really found them in the third place playoff in the first place.
Could have gone either way. Those final moments could have gone either way. It was so close. It couldn't have got closer. 50-49.
It's one of those
Couldn't
games.
have got closer. Couldn't have got closer. But it does mean that will be the end of their run today, and they do solidify.
Right, 1 second, friends. I'm going to be right back very quickly, okay? All right. Here we go. We'll continue. There we go.
Have one more match to go, and this, like you quite rightly said, Dan, is on par with the World Cup, on par with the Champions League, on par with
the Super Bowl.
We have to find out who is going to be winning the Chaos Cup. But before we get there, Hannah has an interview with one of our players, so let's check it out.
Okay, hello guys, and I'm here with Black Boy, who's been, I don't think you've stopped smiling for the entire evening, which is actually amazing. It's so nice to see. But I want to ask you about the seat switching during this part, because you got back to your gaming chair with a Google search.
Yeah, so we switched the desktop. So our desktop was still there. We just created a new desktop, and they were just completely baffled. So I came back to my setup, and the Google search was, how do I get rid of the virtual desktop? It was actually quite funny. When I went to their setup as well, they had Rick Astley, never going to give you up, and I couldn't even move the mouse. And I was like, you know what? It's fine, because then I knew when I got back, I just hopped back on and no settings were changed. Couldn't come last. We had to secure the third place.
I mean, that's really smart, but did I get you right? You got rickrolled.
I did get rickrolled, yeah. I mean, it's Chaos Cup. It's absolutely chaotic, so it's not the first, and it won't be the last time, I'm sure.
That was me.
I certainly hope it will not be the last, because
I did it.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone getting legitimately rickrolled in the middle of a tournament.
Yeah, no.
So, very, very good. So you guys have managed to lock down third place, but who do you think is going to win?
I think Rat Jam might take it. I think there's just some talent over in those fingers on the sticks. Yeah, I think they'll take it, and if they've learned anything from the dirty tactics we did to them, then they'll for sure bounce back and win that.
I mean, I can't wait to see what comes next.
So I realized basically at this point, everyone is messing with our Windows settings so much, so I just had to try and find a way to stop them messing with it. So I just basically turned my mouse off and just put Rick Astley playing when they came to the stream. And I also made it so the buttons were reversed, so if they did turn my mouse on, they would be confused. But yeah, it was a little bit of fun.
It seems to just get better every single time. So we'll see if you're right.
Hey, you bet will.
Great to hear from Black Boy. Happy with third place. I think maybe a little bit disappointed that they aren't in that grand final. That natural fiery competitiveness, you could see it for sure. But one thing I want to talk about, Dan, is the conversation around what happened during the seat switch. Because are we that far developed in the Chaos meta that everybody's just going to get back to their setups, unlock, or whatever it might be, and no settings will be changed?
It's very defensive plays that are coming out.
It's the equivalent of a watching gen.
It's preparing early to make sure that your settings cannot be touched. But if everyone learns how to do that after the switching occurs, well, okay, right. If everyone has learned this, like, is there a way that you can get your PC not touched? Like, I imagine someone just unplugs a mouse and, like, then it's difficult to try and do something, uninstall a driver, but then you also have to have the strategy of how do you get back.
It's true, like, metas usually go full circle in some way, don't they? It's like,
do we suddenly get back to in-game things where people say, okay, the most I can do here is just run away. The most I can do is hide at that point.
Well, we've got one more opportunity for you to do what you've done so well so far today, Dan. And that is place your hands upon the wheel. Now, I did request
place your hands upon the wheel.
If it would be okay for me to do this. I've changed my mind. Because you've done so well.
No,
you have done so well.
I feel like you deserve a wheel spin.
I feel like...
Does everyone at home think that that man on your screen deserves to spin a wheel and just be able to add to the chaos? I think so. And I think I'm going to overrule you here on set. Spin that wheel. Create that chaos. Zoom even further. How far deep can we go into Onset's eyes? That's the real question. And how much chaos is truly behind those glasses? Only time will tell. Great camera, though, I will say.
Great camera.
This is going to be one of those things where you just keep zooming that as we get into your eyes, it creates a new picture and we're inside the game.
You go into my eyes and you realize there's a galaxy inside of it. Okay.
Merchant's head in the bottom corner has me... Wait, what do you mean? What bottom corner? You mean me here? What? Everyone's talking about my head in the bottom corner. I don't know what you mean. Where? Are you talking about me here? Or are we talking about... Where? What head? What head are we talking about? I'm so confused. Anyway, we shall continue.
We can do it together.
Do it together. Put it in the middle. Put it in the middle.
I'm not moving this thing.
You're not moving it? Okay.
I'm not moving
over
it.
there. All right.
I need you here.
Okay. Let me move the chair.
Sorry, you can see our pillows now. You gonna spin it with me?
Oh, this is where my head had been. Oh, fair enough.
2, 1, and spin.
That was a magical moment.
That was the
worst spin of the day.
The worst spin of the day. And you know why?
Why?
Because the wall's in the way.
Wall's in the way.
We need to move it a little bit. All right, we're respinning.
Respinning.
See, this was always going to happen. It was going to be this awkward.
As soon as you get involved, chaos.
Right, ready? We're going to go hard this time.
3,
Mayor Penguin,
2, 1.
I have a 19 months membership.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What have we got?
Dizzy, you sat on my chair.
Did I?
Yeah, sort of.
No, I didn't. I sat on my chair. You can't
That large.
can't
6.
throw those kind of accusations out there.
2. Oh, wow. That is
Well,
controversial.
well, unfortunately that
Controversial.
Wait, what?
What does it mean?
Straight down the
Legos?
middle.
I'm saying that's surely 2.
I don't know. I think it's on the line.
We're gonna need a call from the admin.
We're going to need a call from the
We're going for 2. It looks like
It
there's a
wouldn't
focus in.
be the Chaos Cup without a little bit of chaos.
A little bit of chaos, and that means if it's number 2, we'll be going back to the core. As I quickly
Back to
got
the
my
core.
notes. Now the core provided a very entertaining game earlier, although it was a very strategic one when players got involved because it was the battle for the center of the core, as it were, and a few teams struggled with that.
They did. Things to keep in mind if you're just joining us, by the way. Firstly, welcome to the Chaos Cup, the UK's first community tournament for Apex Legends, live here in London. It's been a very, very fun day. There's a lot of people down here as well, just hanging out, having a good time, which we love to see. But the elements that have made the difference today, it's not just raw gun skill down. There are, of course, the elements of chaos. We have players who will be changing from their preferred peripheral, mouse and keyboard, over to controller. At one point in this game, they will have to make that switch, and we have seen that that's been tough for some players to adapt to. On top of that, we have the seat switching, which I'm still struggling to say. We have seen, I would say, a continual pattern where it started off with good nature, a little bit of fun, and it has descended into madness. I would say almost. It's getting out of hand. Let's put it that way. It's starting to get a little bit out of hand.
It is getting out of
Tricks
hand.
that are being pulled to lock people out of PCs.
It's
Yeah.
become malicious.
That's the word I wanted. I couldn't find. Thank goodness that you filled me in.
I think that during games 1 and 2 today, people were very nice, and they were just doing things in game. But then people got braver. People kind of gave the admin a look in the eye and said, "Can we edit the PC settings?"
I don't think those conversations happened. I
Yeah,
just
no.
went for it. I think
They didn't.
nobody stopped them.
Nobody stopped them, so they realized that the gloves were off. We had people turning monitors upside down. We had people changing video settings so that the picture was also upside down. And everything that could happen did happen, but here we go.
Here we go. It's the finals, everybody, of the Chaos Cup. Messy Nessies versus Rat Jam. Two teams who have given it their all today, whether it be through Apex Legends,
Just removed the
gun
wheel
skill,
from somebody's
DMs,
chair.
or their ability to rewire PCs.
Well, remember, Rat Jam as well are the team that are coming in with the most victories, and they are undefeated so far today. But the Messy Nessies are the squad who take the lead early. And for Rat Jam, I mean, we heard from Simply Ashton himself when he was playing on Mirage. He was very confident, saying, "Look, I'm undefeated as Mirage. Maybe Mirage is the meta pick here in the Chaos Cup."
Well, Rat Jam are going to get out to an early lead here. They're up by 2, and you are
Elite
quite
System
right. Maybe it is
32.
going to be, who would have thought it, right? Mirage winning
Just come back to a
tournament in
PC
Apex
that doesn't
Legends,
even work.
showing that the competitive scene is maybe missing out on something. Maybe this is the beginning of something special here in the Chaos Cup.
We see 3 members of Rat Jam. Now, one of them being Jeff, by the way. Here's Jeff. He has been unbelievable today, and Simply Ashton did say that one of the key reasons why they've been winning is because of Jeff.
We have Jeff.
Does not lose. Jeff does not miss. Well, at the moment, Messy Nessies, they're on the back foot. They are retreating. Caustic Barrels were down. But Rat Jam are on the hunt.
This sneaky little spot, though. Tide's going to chase down Brown Sugar, and Brown Sugar will go down. And that's a big swing. Look at that. 1 kill now. The difference between the two teams as Messy Nessies are back into this thing.
6-6, all tied up, and I wonder whether we'll
Close
get
one.
a game like we had earlier on today, where it comes right down to the wire. Now, as Onset mentioned, it is not just a straight TDM. We have chaos that will occur here in these matches, whether it's changing peripherals. Remember, there were rule changes. It doesn't even matter if it's controller or keyboard on my wheel anymore. It just seems like you
Jeff
have
is
to
just
switch
one of the
to other
viewers.
input.
Jeff's just one of the
Also
viewers
have the
that was
changes
playing
where you can really
on
destroy
Suggestion
the opposition.
and
Now the
Punch's
Messy
team.
Nessies, I mean, they are very much in this game.
This is super, super close. Weavsky with some beautiful shots coming in from that vault, though. Not missing too many bullets at the moment. And that little swing of 3, 4, 5 kills puts Rat Jam into the most commanding lead of the game. But it feels like at the moment, every single time we're seeing a team fight is going one way and then the other. For now, though, it's time for the normality to just take a little bit of a back seat because it's chaos time.
All right, guys, it is time. I'm going straight in once again
Uh-oh.
with the seat switch. And I've just realized I think I'm in the path again. I'm going to use this again.
What happens this time? I didn't see this. Did not see this.
Seats are switching. Players are, I would say, don't look like they're moving quite as quickly as I would like to. If I realise this was the final.
So I said
tournament.
fatigue is coming into the equation
True.
now.
It's true. It's getting.
What is that?
Oh, look at this.
Mouse is greater than mouse. Oh, yeah.
Wait,
Mouse is greater than mouse. But it was figured out very quickly.
mouse though.
Look, the meta game has been insane now, where everyone's just, it's trying to hack a PC at this point.
It is.
It's really getting to the game.
I think there's a few things that like weird me out that wouldn't be massive like game-changing things. Just changing like the default font would freak me out.
You see people changing the resolution there, trying to throw people off, change the hertz.
Racking.
The on display.
How did somebody make that so quickly? It's very impressive, actually. Someone's like, wait, watch.
They had it on a USB and they loaded it in.
It's true. Wait, that's malicious. Can't do that. Sideways monitor.
Oh, God.
I am seeing people, there's steam coming off some of these keyboards.
Yeah, this has
speed
been
at which people
this has been the most intense one. So by the way, I will say, when we had the chaos change that happened in games 1 and 2, we watched everything in-game. Slowly, as it's developed, we watch everything out of game because we realize we get nothing in-game now because everyone has got too good at defending their PCs.
And now it becomes the
Oh,
human
what?
antivirus.
What?
It's trying to work out. Oh, no. Oh, well.
Upside down.
Wow, so
Oh,
you're on a massive
dear.
resolution.
Zoomed in.
You can only see a quarter of your screen, and it's upside
Oh,
down.
my
Wait, we
God.
need to stay on this POV right now because you managed to do this in like a moment, like
I'm going to be out
I
for
would
a
say
while.
reasonable.
Oh, wow, this is clever.
Immediately the flip is in.
Flips in, but
Flip is in.
do you get the resolution change now? Only a quarter of the screen is being seen.
Now you have to wonder, how do you get this back?
I'm going to be out for a
It's a tough call to make.
Hello?
Someone avoided the camera very
We almost
successfully there.
we had some violent chaos that was not planned.
Okay, I'm back in. I'm back in.
Well, a few players now back into the game. So Ratjam had the lead going into said chaos switch. Will the Messy Nessies be able to come out on top and find anything? Is
Someone's checking the bottom of the keyboard. You never know.
well, like we said, everyone's got malicious at this point. The gloves came off at match 3 some point.
If you had to pick one player to blame for that, Dan, who would it be?
Probably K-Drop.
It would be K-Drop.
Definitely
Yeah.
K-Drop.
That is the correct answer. All right, let's jump into a team listening now with Messy Nessies. They're down by 8. And more importantly, have they managed to get the sentence back?
Oh no. I have no idea.
You're good, you're good. Take your time.
Take your time. Take your time.
When you say they're gonna run out of cell,
In front of me, in front of me.
yeah.
Guys, they're in the middle, yeah?
I dropped a Devo.
I genuinely don't know how to reconnect.
Oh, Mara just won.
Oh, damn.
That's rough.
Ask
It's
now,
just
ask
'cause
now.
I feel like they should have like made some boundaries for the rules. Because if there's no rules, everyone will just try the hardest they can to break things.
No.
Okay, no, they're fine, it's fine. This is where I saw them last.
Where did I go for this?
Careful.
They should have just hid in a building together and just waited. It was reset, I guess.
I will say the chaos is probably the most impactful piece of PC. I want to use a word that I can't use on broadcast. But Sweet Anita, you can see, has had to call in help here. The Knight in Shining Armor has turned up. Hopefully, the PC wizard can change things and get her back in the game.
Can't even get her back in the game in the moment, and you could hear the kind of disbelief in her voice as
Heartbreak.
well. And heartbreak, because it has now found the Messy Nessies 15 kills behind Ratjam.
Oh no.
And now, are Ratjam the best Apex Legends players, or are they just the best chaos, malicious players that we could have possibly imagined?
Well, I'd love to tell you right now that Sweet Anita is trying to put a strategy together by standing here and waiting for the chaos to ensue before she jumps back into the fight, but I think there still might be some elements of chaos ringing through the setup, where she's not able to get back into the game in the way that she would have wanted to. But, like I said previously, when you start seeing the devotions down, you know that someone is heating up and that we are getting into a part of the game when we might start to see some decisions being made. Sweetney will be taken down, but now look, she's back in the game. You can see in the player cam in the bottom right of your screen, it looks like she's able to play again.
Well, it's simply Ashton that has the devotion and has arguably the game in his hands now. As the Mirage says, we have not lost. Maybe Mirage is the meta. It's a 100% win record for Rat Jam, and it's looking like it may continue that way as they are closing in on first place. 18 more kills required. The Messy Nessies are behind considerably now. But remember, there is still one more element of chaos to happen at some point in the game.
Certainly is indeed. And is that going to be the difference maker here? The one thing that we can confirm is that it's not going to affect the setups. It's just about the peripheral that you're using. Hero now up on the hike with that Devo in his hands. Not got too much ammo to work with. But one thing that is incoming at this point, Dan, isn't kills, but it's chaos. It is time for our final piece of the day.
All right, and so you guys just said that it's only the peripherals that are going to be changing. I am about to tell you that that is wrong. That is wrong. We are making them change places a second time. Peripherals? Yeah, they can have their peripherals. We don't mind. And I'm really sorry.
Not again. Not again. No way.
I was going to say, I feel really bad. She's only just got her PC working
Yeah.
again, and then they decided they're going to change places once more. Be nice. Ashton, be nice.
What? No.
This is a master.
Uh-oh.
What would be good though is if we follow. Oh, I was gonna say if we followed every step, and then we can be like, we work out how to undo it.
You can see the differences. You've got Jeff, who's just kind of throwing away weapons, changing shields, and then you get Simply Ashton, who very much heads into the PC to change settings behind the scenes. We see another attempt at protecting the PC by unplugging the monitor. Very clever indeed.
Anytime that you combine these situations is good. By the way, I realized that I was like, oh, I can help.
Oh,
And then I was the
what?
person who
What?
couldn't even support my GPU, which meant it was essentially just constantly on a downhill trajectory. And it was, especially in the middle of broadcasts. Well, it was really, really good.
That is the most time they're going to get.
Quick.
It was a quicker change this
Maybe
time.
people are just more efficient.
I mean, you saw Simply Ashton. He sat down, changed a few things, then he sat back. So I think that's probably going to be enough. And poor Sweet Anita. Now it's another attempt at trying to get the PC working.
What?
That is the ultimate zoom.
What?
Oh my goodness!
That is pixel. That is. You can smell the pixels. Look at that. I would be calling for help immediately. I would be putting my hand up. I would have no,
I'm completely fine. I'm gonna run it.
you know, reservations about it. I'll be like, I need help.
I need help. Would help even come? That's the real question. Maybe we need Black Boy, the Chaos Enforcer, to start to arrive and help those who have really put other people in a bad situation. This is sad to see.
This is chaos, though.
This is
what you signed up for. This is chaos. Oh no! Oh, not the grab of the head.
That's unfortunate, man.
Back into some gameplay. 39 to 16 is where we find ourselves. And Rat Jam, who are currently undefeated, are very, very close to winning this thing, Dan.
By the time that Sweet Anita gets back into a computer, this game might be over.
1,600% zoom.
And they have been the best team so far today, leading on kills, leading on damage, leading on.
That's the name of the game. Yeah, no, you can't blame the players. You have to blame the game. This is the rules of the game. At the end of the day, if you don't mess people up, then they're just gonna mess you up. It is the game.
The most unbelievable comeback. I'll be honest with you, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. It's be real. 6 kills to go. Rat Jam been the best team here today in London, the UK's first ever Apex Legends.
I just wish I thought of a way to protect my PC more.
And they're even giving us a show here. A little bit of dance moves coming in from Mirage, from Simply Ashton. He's feeling it.
I mean, Ashton had a lot of confidence in the previous games where he played upside down at one point and now just emoting and not even getting involved with the kills. Now he's starting to move again. Now he's starting to groove again. As we're on board with Brown Sugar at the moment. But there he is. Here's the man of the hour, Simply Ashton. Is he the captain of the team? Maybe. With the confidence that we've heard. And he will fly on in and gets the damage done with the flatline. He follows up with a Mozam. Doesn't quite survive.
3 to go then. And as hard as Messy Nessies are trying just to hold on,
Yeah, I feel like you could. The best thing would be that I realized too late, right, was to just mess up your own computer. So they have to figure out how to fix your computer before they can mess it up. Like, that would have been the best thing. Really. Like, just mess up your whole PC. And then you know how to fix it, but they don't. That will be the strat.
Little flank coming in here, top middle. This is where all
That's what I tried to do on the last game, but it wasn't enough.
An absolute death pit for everybody who's been involved. And now you're seeing the big push come in. 47 kills still. Make it 48. It's 2 to go here, Dan, and we're all wondering who's it going to be?
Who is going to get the last kill? Will we catch the last kill today? That is the biggest question. Who is going to be the champion and gets the final kill off the day? Who knows? Because it happened elsewhere. But it is going to be Rat Jam.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It just got crazier and crazier.
Rat Jam will be your champions of the first ever Chaos Cup. They love it. I love the attitude coming in from them. Born winners. And even a man in Simply Ashton who did it without being able to see a single thing on his screen. Incredible performance from them. Are they the best Apex players here? Maybe. Are they very good at locking people out of their PCs and making the game almost impossible to play? Definitely. Well, that's the Chaos Cup, baby. That's how things work around here.
That is the Chaos Cup, a 100% record for Rat Jam today, with the honourable rat on the shoulder as well, I must say.
Hey, they had 7 players. That's not fair.
But we have to give credit where credit is due. To go undefeated, to not lose a single match today, proves that they very much deserve to be the winners of the first ever Apex Chaos
even without all of the chaos, they deserve the win.
Like it was going to be anyone else after some of the performances that we did see from them. And being able to close out those final moments, so important. Just to make sure that you or the team was going to be called champions.
The Rats.
Cool. You've got that Punch Kid and Simply Ashton leading the way for their team. You've got Jeffrey, Shuab, Mark, and Azamat, who are going to be joining them as well. So congratulations to all 6 of them. It's not very often you get to call yourself the champion, Dan. It's very, very rare you get to call yourself the Creme de la Chaos.
Creme de la Chaos, and I do hear that they will be getting a trophy each and also a little goodie bag that they'll get later on as well today. But most importantly, the memories and the title of being the Chaos Cup champion. And I think that you've really got to look at how they were able to achieve that today. It started off with pure Apex action where they were able to dominate the competition purely through gunplay, but then they realized that there were other ways to beat their opposition into the ground. And that was
do customs? Not at the moment. We'll do it soon though.
Pure zooms. At one point, Sweet Anita could only see the search bar on her screen.
That's quite something.
It was very malicious, I will say.
It was. I was going to say, today has been a lesson, I think, not just in Apex Legends, but also in cybersecurity for some of these players. And that's what Chaos does, right? Chaos does. It teaches us, sometimes from the chaos comes the calm, right? And you learn a few things, and it's not just Apex Legends, it's also keeping your PC safe. Anyway, I think one thing that was impressive for me today was just, I think you go back to that first match. That was the standout for me, the 50-49. Incredible game. That one went the way of Sweet Anita's team, but weren't able to get it done in the final. It's Rat Jam, who will be your champions, and we have an interview, I believe. So, Hannah, who have you got?
All right, hello guys. I'm here with 2 of the winners. You've been so entertaining, my dear, through the whole tournament. So, how do you feel now that you have actually won it?
So honestly, this is the biggest chaos I've been faced in the last round. So like as you can see from the screen, it's gonna be the color has been like totally different now. So the only ways to overcome this situation are also barrier. So just only way is trying to get my best to get the solutions back. And then get my Apex, trying it. Also, I cannot get in because I don't know why. Probably just doing some backup something. I don't know why. But I trying to use the color, some my battle experiences to get the match win. I think there's no way they can try to get everything turns to normal. So the only way is to just get to your experience. That's all that matters.
Awesome. So I think that was a lot of just dealing with what comes. Dealing with what you find when you get back to your computer station. Yeah. So for you, my lovely, it's been amazing having you here. Obviously, you're one of the content creator captains of the winning team. So how has it been being here, being on broadcast and competing in the first ever Chaos Cup?
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for inviting me. And yeah, it's my first time doing this kind of thing, so a little bit nervous, but
Yeah, it's been fun. Appreciate everyone organising this whole thing, and hope to do something similar again.
Awesome, and I have a very important question for you as well. Does the rat have a name?
So far, it's just been called Mr. Rat. We've kind of just been going with that. Nice and memorable.
Awesome. Solid name.
Mr.
And
Rat.
An absolute gentleman. All right, it has been incredible, and I'm really happy that I'm also going to be able to give you guys your fabulous little trophy plaque prizes, which are going to be somewhere around me at some point. So for you two, my dears, if I grab the first one.
This is a cool event. It would have been cool if there was a bit of a cap on the Chaos, because it was, I mean, it lived up to its name. It was the Chaos Cup. It was extremely chaotic in every sense of the word.
Cheering from downstairs for you. For you, honestly, good job with Sweet Anita's computer. Yeah. Just a little bit, but you are sorry. Okay, I don't know how much that will do in the situation, but I respect it. I hope she will forgive you, my love. And for you, my dear, congratulations. And if I keep going down the line, for you, my lovely, well done, proud of you. And then finally, well done. You did an awesome job, my dear. And congratulations, guys. You are the first ever Apex Legends Chaos Cup winners.
Thank you.
Well done.
Dubs in chat, boys.
Okay, so now that we've met our winning team, let's throw back to the casters. Let's look at what they think of the last game.
Amazing stuff, beautiful to see, isn't it? Always people getting their plaudits for a strong performance. Trophies being given out, they look like heavy things, I will say. They look some.
Yeah, they are really hefty.
Sturdy trophy is what they
They
deserve after the performance that we've just seen as well. You did see that Simply Ashton very sorry for his manipulation of the computer as well. I'm sure that he'll be apologizing to Sweet Anita, but ultimately they were the best team, all right? They played the tournament perfectly from the in-game aspect to the chaos aspect. They seem to have a game plan. I will say that also we had Cadril and Black Boy that very much played into the possibilities of what you can do with the chaos as well.
I also want to say that it's not just the players who get a trophy, Dan. You actually get to take a trophy away as well. We have something very special for you. Congratulations, Dan. You get to take home your Wheel of Chaos.
Yes.
You get to take this with you.
It's heavier than I thought it was going to be.
On the tube.
On the tube?
On the plane as well. Wherever you're going, whatever mode of transport.
Thank you.
I don't actually know if you're allowed to take that.
We will find out. I'm not sure I can carry it, to be honest.
Yeah, you got to take that with you. Anyway, it has been fun. I will say, Dan and I have had an amazing time here in London, being part of this. You know, it's fantastic, isn't it? Because we're so used to like the ultra hardcore, serious version of Apex Legends in the ALGS, but to be a part of the UK's first community tournament, I think it's been a really special moment.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. It's amazing to see. This room's getting packed now with people from the community down to meet each other, to watch some Apex, and just to hang out and have some good vibes. So I can't wait to say hello to everyone, and you know, thanks for having me, and it was great to do it alongside you, Mark.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you, of course, to all of our content creators, the players who came down today, all the fans who are here as well, Hannah for being our host, as well as everybody who's been in production. It's been a blast. Thank you for watching the Chaos Cup. Come and join us. Wave us away. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
It was the most chaotic cup to ever cup, I must say. It was more chaos than cup, more chaos than anything else, really. I think I spent more time. Look, look at that replay, dude. Look at that replay. This sums up the experience for me, honestly. Take a look at this, okay? This this sums up the experience perfectly. Look at this. The highlight reel includes a moment where I'm standing still trying to fix my settings while someone just one clips me. Look. This is it in a nutshell, but it was fun. It was crazy. It was chaos. I'm just AFK, dude. I'm not even in the game. It is though. Yeah, it was a very creative idea. Very creative. Everyone just fixing settings. Running into gas traps. You gotta love it. Oh dear. Best highlight, someone killing AFK merchant. Crazy how they can put this together so quickly though. Like, the tournament itself is only like, what, 4 hours? And they just put this all together so fast. It's crazy. That's good though. That's funny. The sideways screen. Oh, that's great. Upside down. To be fair, he's stuck with it with that match. He's stuck with it. He made it work. Yeah, you could just turn. You could, if you got it upside down, you could just flip the monitor around. That'd be fun. I mean, everyone who took part had a laugh anyway. This is just like... Oh. How long is this going for, the highlights? I don't know how you find it, friends. I don't know if you watched it live, but hopefully like my reaction to it provided a bit more context onto what was going on. It really was complete carnage. Yeah, complete carnage, honestly. We're gonna end it there. We'll play more Apex as it comes, of course. And we'll do more customs and stuff very, very soon. But honestly, that's pretty much it, friends. See you all very, very soon. Thanks for watching. All right, cheerio.